Huh. The green blues, they're gonna look weird. How we doing, chaps? I'm just prepping myself. You know how it is. I've got some balloons. That's gonna be fun. I've got my alcohol-free Nosecco, the champagne. We'll see what it is we're about to see. Did I just close the poll? Wait, is there a poll going? I don't know. How are we doing, chaps? How are we all doing? Are we all excited? The Project Caesar announcement in 69 minutes? I figured we'd all watch it together. Don't him. I think we're good. Oh, did that just... What did that hit that I blacked out? What is going on? What the hell is this balloon? Anyway, hopefully we're all excited. So I thought, and I'm going to be joined by Hawk in a little bit. I thought it would be fun for us to sort of sit down, chill out, and we can watch it together, you know? I know, I think it's a pretty cool idea. Again, I've also got some party foods. We'll see. I mean, hell, I've even got a map. I don't know, I went a bit overboard with the props, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually not gonna use half of them, but yeah. It's crazy after all these years, Parrots will announce Half-Life 3. I am excited. Ah, man. So yeah, we'll have a chat to Hawk, and we'll see what he thinks of the whole ordeal. We'll have a chat that should bring Koi-Fish out and Turtleneck for the presentation like Apple. I would love to see Koi-Fish and Turtleneck. I just went to see him a couple of days ago. I don't want to give away his personal information, but yeah, that's the plan. Ah, it's gonna be nice. I've been like stressing about this now. Like it cannot come fast enough. 67 minutes. We're gonna be doing like, don't worry, we might even play some EU4. I don't know. We'll see what Hawk has to say about the whole thing. In fact, I'll ping him a message like, dude, ready to chat whenever. Because otherwise, you'll be me sitting here alone for 67 minutes. What do you guys want to get up to in the meantime whilst we wait? Obviously, like, the final 5 will sit here, but what do you think? What do you think? You want to play some EU4? Huh? We play some EU4? I'm actually so down to play some EU4. Should announce Imperator Rome 2. I would actually be so hyped for Imperator Rome 2. I like Imperator Rome. My beloved. We'll see. Play the earliest version of E4 without DLC. I want to talk to Hawk. That sounds funny as hell. I hope they announce Victoria 4. You think that... I don't... that would be a terrible... that'd be a terrible business decision. I think Laith knows. I wish, man. There have been, like, rumors flying around on the internet. And actually, not enough of them concern me. I've been, like, scouring all of these different, like, Reddits and stuff. Hey, Koi-Fish. Oh, man. But yeah, I wish. I want to feel cool. I want to feel in the know. I want to come on all superior and be like, oh, what is it going to be? Oh, man. But yeah, I've got 10 balloons to block. Should we see what happens if I do one of these, like, green ones? Does the green one? Hey guys, it's me, Laith. It's been a bit rough. Christ. Hell yeah. Alright. Like I said, chaps, I got the Nosecco. Fun fact, I actually got ID'd for buying this. And I didn't have my ID at home. And yeah. There's no alcohol or anything in this, right? It's completely alcohol free. And the guy at the I've got 2 of these. The guy on the counter was like, "Yo, can I see your ID?" I was like, bro, it's alcohol free. Don't worry about it." Because they had like security tags on it and everything. And I was like, nah, it's fine, don't worry. And he went, "No, I have to see your ID if you're under 25." I was like, firstly, I'm not under 25. Secondly, it's alcohol free. So, like, he was like, nah, I gotta see it. And, yeah, I didn't have my ID, so we kind of went back and forth. He was getting really upset. He was like yelling at me. I was like, bro, it's really like, is it that deep? I was, to be fair, I didn't help things. I went and got a can of Coke and went, do you need my ID for this as well? I wasn't exactly like the most, you know, welcoming. So I got one of these, like the multi-cat can. I was like, do you want to ID me for this as well? Until one of his co-workers came up and went, look, just whatever. He was a Noah and wanted to know your name and birthday. What the hell is a Noah? How you doing, Pigeon? Turn 25 in July. Expect your ID until I'm 50. You'd hope. Is this announcement for Imperator Rome 2? Says Oscar. Bro, I hope. Laith, tell me the airport story. Which airport story? Koifish. I was saying I just came back from visiting Koifish. Which was a lot of fun, which was lovely. We got some great skits and stuff from that. Let me see if we got any photos. I don't want to spoil any of the skits. What is the airport story? Which one? Let's see. What do I have here? There's me wielding a stick. That's me with a stick. I need to have some of these on my PC so I can flash them up. I want to know what airport story you're talking about. Are you talking about the time that I got upset and started yelling at airport security, or what? Were you here again? I was, Max, but I don't want to reveal where Koifish lives, but it was nowhere near where you live. If that makes sense. It has its own separate, like, airport and everything. So, again, I don't want to leak Koifish lore. When you went full Karen mode. Yeah, okay. Well, okay. Sure. I'll tell the airport story. For context, on the way back, to get through security, they've got like 5. This is not a funny, bro. This isn't a funny story. Why would I ask it? Like, why would I tell it? This isn't funny. It's just me getting upset. You know? 62 minutes. Oh man, it's just basically, to cut a long story short, people kept cutting in line in front of this old lady because they would shove their stuff on the luggage thing and like ahead of her, so her stuff wouldn't go through the logic, and I got really upset because my stuff was getting, so I started yelling at the people next to me because they would just like basically hold her bag back and push it through, and she said she was 10 minutes, like her flight was in 25 minutes, she'd been there for 10 minutes. So I went up to the security, I was like, yo, can you please do your job? They ignored me, so I just picked up her stuff and put it through the machine on top, and then they started yelling at me. I got into problems. It was, you know, that's fine. So it's not funny. But I did put a suit on for this. It's an important announcement. I have 2 of these, and like I've never had, like, I mean, again, I want to be clear, alcohol free. Yeah. Will there be a date or just an announcement? That's a good shout. I don't know. What do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll announce like a release date? When would you expect it to release? Laith back from Scunthorpe International. Nice. But I also, like I said, I also have party food. I bought so many props that like won't be used. You know? Koifish lives in Montague. Thanks for the $2. I didn't want to leak his destination, you know? Alright, we got some November's, January. Yeah, what do you think about the GTA 6 leaks? Let's go. That game's never coming out. It's going to be put up there with Half-Life 3 and Elder Scrolls. Oh my god! Sorry, someone has said, if this is Hoi 5, I will take my own life in front of the Paradox Swedish HQ. Can you see that over here? Christ, that is a bit excessive. If you don't have that in tip, don't shake the bottle. Laith shows his grocery on Steam, so it's a business write-off. He's a smart man. He's a smart man, old pigeon. He's a smart man. Let's play Kenshi again, please. I would love to. I actually do. I'll like, good idea. I should. You guys are like, well, throwing like Paradox titles out there. Did any of you guys, all right, put a 1 in the chat if any of you if any of you played Sengoku. Because I'm curious about what kind of like non-Paradox games you guys played.
Stop being so curious.
Jesus, man. Don't scare me.
Just stop it. All right, get some help.
Welcome home to the stream, and welcome me to your stream.
Welcome indeed. Like I said to my audience right here, my colleague and unfortunately friend, are you ready?
I am. Someone has put in the announcement, Laith, I see you watching this, leak it. Here's the thing. Trawl through the internet, right? I wish Hawk and I were as evolved as the internet seems to think we were. I wish we got linked more.
That is true. That is true. You know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, rumors and stuff were swirling around, and our names didn't pop up. No, what's that about? We could know things.
Yeah, we could know things. Listen, we could post polls, right? Couldn't we? I mean, I guess not, right?
No, we couldn't.
I guess not.
Man. I reckon, bro. What I was thinking, what could be fun? Do you want to do like a tier list of Paradox games?
A tier list of Paradox games.
Yeah,
I know what's going to be number one for me, but sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not?
Well, because a lot of people they're saying, oh, March of the Eagles 2, but they never played March of the Eagles 1. They're saying, Sengoku 3, but they never played Sengoku.
Yeah. I see the memes. But
let me see.
It's just not that hashtag relatable.
How are you feeling today? You excited? I'm excited for the announcement.
I'm very excited.
You got what you got.
Do you think it's gonna be U5? Tell me straight up, honestly. Do you think this is gonna be U5?
Let me put it this way. I don't want to be wrong, because I feel like we're gonna get memed to hell if we fully guess. We full send it and we're wrong. Can you imagine after they just don't the timer ticks to 0, they just don't announce anything.
Yeah, it could be a May 8th Fools type prank.
A May 8th Fools. Hell yeah. Cassius Land, hello. People saying other stuff. Let me see. Right. I mean, look, we could speculate, but frankly, 57 minutes, we don't need to speculate too much longer.
Yeah, you know what? I think we calm down a bit, you know, because I'm feeling pretty hype right here. You know, people in chat are feeling pretty hype, so I think we kick it down a notch before we kick it up a notch.
I've actually found a tier list.
I
found a tier list. I genuinely have. Look at this. Paradox tier list. You want me to stream it for you? Or are you gonna get your own? I just typed in Paradox Games tier list.
Let me try and find it.
Yeah, Paradox Games tier list. It should pop up. I mean, it's not full, but yeah.
Is it the one on Tier Maker?
Yeah. Last modified 11/01/20. Did I make this?
11/01/2022. Okay, I see it. Has the game come out since then? Is Imperator on this? It is.
Imperator came out a long time ago, bro. Where is Imperator? It came out like 2017. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. You want to do this individually, and then we'll compare. You know what I mean? CK2. I think CK2 goes straight S tier. Because most of your stuff's gonna be never played.
Yeah.
Bro, if you ever played CK2, chat, what do you think? And Hawks chat. CK2, what are we saying? CK2, I think it has to be S tier. It was so much fun.
I don't think I've ever played CK2.
No?
No. I don't know. I can't remember.
Let me put it this way. It was people like to say it was fantastical, because you had glitter hoof and you had people growing back dicks that got
and the horses and stuff, right?
Yeah. But I think it was historically accurate, genuinely. And the reason I say that is because it was like a monk's idea of it at the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that S tier. CK3. I mean, I'd like to get your opinion on this because we just did a Parabellum on this and you'd never played it before. What do you think of CK3?
You're right. I don't know. Let me think about this. Let me actually see some audio stuff first. Hold up.
Okay. In which case, I think CK3 goes A tier. People want to say CK3 S. I think CK3 A tier. Chat. Spam a letter because I think CK3 has to go A tier. I think CK2, for its time, I'm not saying CK2 is a better game, side by side. I'm saying, vibes at the time, I think it has to be A tier versus S tier. Because I don't think that CK3 can compete with nostalgia. And that's the big thing.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah, no.
I actually agree with that.
And then we got
Okay, so
Crusade
I'm gonna put CK2 just on vibes alone and how much people still love it.
Yeah.
And some people even say it's not better than CK3. I don't think I've played it. I can't remember. I'm gonna put it in B tier.
Damn.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
bro, you shouldn't have done that. There are some CK2 fanboys.
Any CK tours in the chat?
Any
Any
CK
CK tours?
You know what I need? I got a lot of people watching me right now. I bet you do too. I want to see some. This is gonna be shameless. I want to see some subscriptions. I want to see some donations. I want to see some money.
We really
because
do.
Hawk and I don't stream. The main reason we don't stream is because we don't make money off the stream.
Yeah, that's right.
Any money in the
true,
chat?
actually.
I'll tell you what.
Any Oilers?
We will watch the announcement trailer if we get given money. Otherwise,
right.
we're ending it now. If you want to
That's
upgrade
right.
your stream. All right, yes, but Crusade.
Thanks for the 7 subs, by the way, chat.
You got 7 subs. Whoa, how are you getting subs that I don't?
It's Twitch is different, baby. Twitch is
Bro,
different.
YouTube
You know how
let
it
me
is.
down.
Yeah. But yeah, CK2. I'm seeing based and outrageous.
Yeah.
People saying that in the chat. Definitely not B. Chat. If someone subscribes right now, I'm willing to bump it up to tier A.
Are we legit
if someone
selling
if
it?
someone gives a sub or subs up right now, I'm willing to bump it up to tier A, yo. You know what it is.
Holo gave me $2. Bribe to move CK3 to S tier and you get a hook too. Bet. Let's go. Go get a cut, mate. Let's go, John. $10. Let's go. It worked. Have some pittance. Yo, people actually nice. I'm gonna be streaming every day. Oh man.
Yeah, every day. Yo, thanks for the gifted. Yo, actually another sub coming in. Okay, chat. 3 more subs and we bump it up to S.
Oh my god. That's amazing. I'm oiling you up. Let's go. Devourer of bagels. Cheers, lads. I appreciate it. Put in the work. You can also be a member, and then you'll get a load of other stuff. But I don't want to shield too hard. Let's go. I'm gonna Crusader Kings 1. It goes in C tier, just because I didn't get the nostalgia of playing it. I played it for the first time, and it wasn't fun. I did not enjoy it.
You're talking about what?
CK1, Crusader Kings Complete.
I'm reading comments on the announcement stream. I really shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, is it bad?
No, it's not bad. It's funny.
Laith is attractive, high looted. Oh, nice. You're right. It's good.
Oh. So you were talking about CK3, right?
Yeah. Let's not doing tier lists. Yeah, it was CK1. Sorry, CK1. CK3 I put at A tier. It's 1 below CK2.
CK1. I didn't even know that shit existed. I thought they started off with 2.
That's the
It's kind of like,
thing.
you know what? CK1 is a type beat. It's like your grandparents from both different sides meeting. I don't know why CK1 is like that. That's what it is to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EU4
It's kind of
D
weird.
tier
You get
for
it though,
$2.
right, chat? It's like you're both of your grandpas in the same room.
Cheers,
Kind
Oscar,
of
as
fucked up, isn't it?
Hey, how do I get like a timer, bro? Like we need to put timers on this. You know, because when we're doing the tier list, we can't see it.
Shift over to the other tab.
$10 Australian. What if it's actually Imperator Row 2? Bro, I actually hope. Legit. Like you'll see when we get to the Imperator on this thing here, you'll see. Right.
You might be right.
Let me see. I can collab cam stream with guests. All right, let's. There's too much. All right. Darkest Hour Hearts-Vine game. I never played it. I'm just gonna put it in never played. I don't know.
How are you there? Where did you put CK3?
CK3 is A tier. Had an old mate for a good one. Cheers, Obo.
This one I've never played. I'm just gonna put CK1 and never played, bro. Darkest Tower. What's that? Like
That's Hearts-Vine 4.
World War One?
But like,
what is it?
No, Chat, what's Darkest Hour? You know, let's just sort through the ones we never played first and just chuck them in the like, you know. Darkest Hour is never played. There's no point us waiting on it, you know. We never played it. We're not gonna say it. People saying people in S tier, bribe me and I'll do it. But for now, it's staying there. EU3. You ever play EU3?
I actually tried to play it once.
Yeah.
It's not bad, man. It's not bad. And like EU4 is an obvious evolution of it. Like you take a look at EU3 and it's like, EU4 is definitely the successor. So EU4 for me obviously is gonna be S tier, man. I'm gonna put that up there preemptively.
Yeah, let's do it.
EU3, it's definitely not better than CK3 or Crusader.
But it's not as good as CK2, and it doesn't have the nostalgia for me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I put it in B. Yeah, I agree with chat. EU3 and B.
Hearts of Iron Complete, never played. Hearts of Iron... Wait, is that Hearts of Iron 4?
No, that's 3. That's 3.
2 and 3 never played them. Actually, no, I did play Hearts of Iron 3, and I played the tutorial, and Hitler is the guy who teaches you how to play. Legit.
I love it. I love it. Kanye must have played that shit, right? You think?
Hyperion says Stellaris S tier. Hell yeah. We'll get to it.
4, I'm gonna have to go S tier, bro.
I'm gonna put A tier.
Real?
I'm gonna put A tier because I haven't ever played Hoi 4 MP, and I feel like it's built for MP. We did Parabellum, and it was sick. And I have like an MP video, like hopefully soon. But yeah, I think it has to be an A tier. I think I've ruffled some feathers there. Imperator Rome, S tier game. I genuinely hope this is Imperator Rome 2. Imperator Rome is so good.
A tier, bro.
It is so good.
You know what? Modern PDX titles for me, it's hard for them to be an S tier, bro. You know, I still consider Hoi 4 part of the old guard. You know, part of the EU4
Was it 2014?
Era. It's 2016, I think, right?
2016, something like that. When Imperator Rome came out, 2019, something like that. I think so. But like Imperator, the way it missed the mark when it first came out. But thanks to the Invictus guys, Invictus mod guys, so good, so good. I feel like it is so good. And he said this tier list is total cold. Get out. I'm not popping champagne with you. My nose echo. The hell is nose echo?
Oh. I put Imperator in A. March of the Eagles, bro. I know it has like a cult following and shit.
Did you play it?
So for that reason alone, I'm gonna put it in B tier. No, C tier, because it's kind of
mean. It's ass, bro. I've played it. It's ass. Yeah. It's just bad. Yeah. Did a deal. Thanks for running YouTube, man. Cheers, Oscar. Appreciate it, bro. How long we got left, bro? I'm
we got
jittery.
48
minutes. I'm getting jittery, you know. What are people saying? Like, stop doing tier lists, please. No. What is this? Oh, you ever play EU Rome? Did you ever play that?
I never played it. I never played EU Rome.
D tier. Like memes, A tier. Gameplay, D tier. CK2 mods, watch CK3 mods. Yeah, the Game of Thrones CK2 mod is the best mod for any game I've ever seen. I will say that's harder. Yeah, but it's harder to mod for CK3.
I know about that one.
Sengoku.
That's like EU4 Japan, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix between EU4 and CK, to be honest. It's kind of B.
I'm gonna have to put that in D tier.
You put it in D?
Yeah. Sorry to all the weebs in the chat.
Stellaris is S tier.
Yeah. I never played it. I'm gonna play it for the first time tomorrow.
We both have videos going up tomorrow.
I gotta... Paradox Interactive actually said, Red Hawk, here's some money. Make a Stellaris video. I've never played it.
Dude, my video, I was, because I saw like there's the new DLC, and like I saw a lot of people were like,
Bio something, right?
Yeah, people were like playing as planets and stuff. But I saw an opportunity because there's one thing where you get like random mutations the more species you interact with or enslave, but it's enslave or higher. So I just went around basically seducing and integrating every alien species I could and making that a thing.
Yo.
So then I slept with as many aliens as possible and did that.
Sexual predator
I did
versus
that.
alien.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
I wouldn't say predator. It was all consensual. And then basically I slept my way to the top of the galaxy and they elected me leader.
Hell yeah.
It's good. Victoria 2. Yeah. You ever play it?
Victoria 2, goated, A tier.
Victoria 2 is A tier. Victoria 3.
B tier.
Nah.
Not really. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
C.
A tier as well.
C tier.
C?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree.
C tier. You played it?
I'm willing to move it down to B tier just for you right here, but...
Have you played it?
Victoria 3?
Yeah.
Of course, I got like 10 videos on it on the channel.
I got 600 hours in that game. I feel justified in where I put it.
How much?
600. I've been making CK3 content way longer than Victoria 3 content. I have around 1,000 hours in CK3, around 600 in Victoria 3. The reason I say that is because Victoria 3 takes, like, from a content creator point of view, takes so long to make videos, man.
Yeah, I feel it.
It takes so long. I never played the Victoria one. So our S tier ones are CK2, EU4, Imperator Rome, and Stellaris. Which tells me...
For me, it's EU4 and Stellaris.
Which tells me, on my end and your end, they need to either announce HoI5,
EU5,
EU5,
HoI5 or Stellaris 2.
Stellaris 2, Imperator Rome 2, or CK3. They need to announce CK3.
They need to announce CK3. Hell yeah. You know what? Actually, man, it's interesting that we've put, like, the oldest current games on S tier, with the exception of CK3 for me, right? Like, EU4 is the oldest EU S tier. HoI4 is the oldest one, S tier. Stellaris, well, it's the only one, but S tier. So, and they all are from the 2010s era, right? EU4 is 2013, and I think HoI4 2015, Stellaris 2016, something like that. Or they're both the same year, maybe. Maybe they're both like 2016. What year did they release, chat? You guys know, I'm sure.
Do you think that we're the problem? Do you think we just have like, because that's when we were younger, we're like, old? Yeah. Well, our full-time jobs now playing video games, so maybe we're just more like, cynical.
Probably yes. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, but having said that, I like Stellaris, and I don't make videos on Stellaris. I like Stellaris because it's like, the vibe of it's super like...
I'm gonna see if I like it tomorrow, but it's a game I've known I'm gonna like ever since I found out about it.
Yeah, it's good.
So maybe all it's gonna take for me to start playing it is money.
Money! Hell yeah, but it is about time we get CK3, chaps. One of my thoughts on Victoria 3, is I gave it a lot of chances. They tried something. I'll never fault parts for trying something. They swung with the war system, and I feel like it would have worked had economic warfare been more of a thing. The problem being that I feel like there wasn't, for a game that said that like war is a failure of diplomacy, there wasn't enough gray area conflicts, if that makes sense. You were either at war or you weren't. The war system didn't work very well, and so you're building towards something that wasn't enjoyable, in my opinion. There are a lot of people that enjoy it, and fair play to them. I did put Victoria 3 in C tier because I'm going to go back to it every so often and see if I like the more updates, because I think there's a lot that they can do. I just don't want to see what that happens right now. You know what I mean? Oh man.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that. Yeah, I think, man, the problem with a lot of these is, the launches, and I hope with whatever this game that we're waiting on is, I hope the launches isn't gonna be like Victoria 3, because don't get me wrong, I see a lot of people saying like, I continuously read comments online like, CK3 was not bad at the start, but it was kind of lame. I actually don't agree with that, chat. I think CK3 launched in like the most
it was
polished and full of content game that Paradox have recently launched. Victoria 3, it's not that it was barren or whatever, but like you just said, the war stuff, and a lot of countries...
it was barren. I'm gonna just say it was barren. Victoria 3 was barren,
That was my problem with them. All of them were same,
There's
no reason for me to play Sardinia, Piedmont versus Tunis versus like, Naples or whatever.
Well, that's the cool thing about EU4. It's the flavor, isn't it? You play anywhere in the...
Yeah.
There was something that we could do for half an hour if you're up for it. I saw a suggestion. I say we only do it if we get paid by our chats to do it. For chat, if you want us to do this, give us money. We play EU4 on the no DLC on the worst possible patch. Or we do the same thing for CK3. If you want to play some CK3.
No DLC, worst possible patch?
Like, as in like the furthest back.
Yeah, the furthest back. No, dude, that's so painful. I did a video about it. I can't. Every province is a fort.
It's bad.
And the provinces are the size of countries.
Always play CK2. When did you first start playing like Paradox games?
Probably. Let me see something. Let me see when EU4 DLCs dropped, and I can tell you based off of that. So let me just open that page up.
In the meantime, I'll say when I first played EU4, I only played it because there's a buddy of mine. Well, it wasn't a friend yet, but I went to school with these guys, and he was like, "Yo, there's this game. It's EU4. It just dropped. This was 2013, so EU4 literally just dropped." And he was explaining it and everything else. I remember watching Cutaline play EU3. Meeting him was honestly biggest like career achievement. So happy about being in a Cutaline video. And I did it for like Mechabellum. Sickest thing I've ever done. Play E4 Costas match.
I was gonna play
for $5. I'm tempted
with him.
Yeah.
But that was when I had to go and miss my flight.
Yeah.
These other guys played that game with him. I was like, "Fuck, man, cool. It's so nice to meet you. I'm sorry I can't play this game with you, even though I really wanna."
Official
I'm
in the
gonna tell you when I
official
started seeing
chat,
that.
Laith stream is a better place to watch this. Hell yeah! Don't watch the EU4 the EU4 gameplay on Hawk's channel. Watch mine. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, fuck this guy. Watch it on mine.
Oh man.
I'm seeing this now. I started playing right before or right after, and I can't remember this exactly. Res Publica dropped,
Dude,
which was
that was
July
I think,
16th, 2014.
Was that the one that added development? I think it is. I don't think there was before they did that.
Oh, that one added development.
Yeah, I think it's Res Publica.
Or was it Conquest of Paradise?
No, Conquest Paradise was
What's
like
the one after that? Huh.
Benjamin.
Because after it is El Dorado, and I remember El Dorado releasing vividly.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Both Magnu are here. Hello, Lady Magnus.
Interesting.
I remember I played because this dude was like, "Yo, do you play this game?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously." And then I went and got it because I wanted to have a friend. So technically, here's the thing: EU4, right, got me a friend that I'm still friends with today. It gave me a career, and it gave me a girlfriend. So if you think about it, it has to be S tier.
You owe your life to EU4 pretty much.
I genuinely do. My life would be so different if it didn't release. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. With how fondly we have this this game in our you know how many things we owe to it. Like you just said. If this is EU5, obviously we're gonna be making content on EU5, right? And it's pretty much gonna replace EU4 for us. You know, unless we go back, you know, every few months, I played EU4, and you know, we do like meme type videos, like you would do for EU3.
Yeah.
Are you gonna miss it? Or no, that's not my question. How much are you gonna miss it?
Yeah, like a lot. This is my problem. All right. And this is why I'm curious to see what they announce. I think, like, not to be that guy, everyone, and not to sort of dampen the mood. And it's going to sound weird, but I don't know that this is necessarily EU5. I think they could be going for like an offshoot, you know? I think we've seen Paradox dip and dive with a lot of different things. They tried Imperator. So I don't know, but when it comes to EU4, even though I record it a lot, I do still play it for fun. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Which is not something I can say.
I'm gonna give you a peek on a stitch behind the scenes. Like, let me just get back to the cam here because my cam was off. Let me give you a peek behind the scenes right here. You know, obviously there's quite a few content creators that make EU4 videos and whatnot, and not just EU4 videos, but Paradox games. Me and my boy right here that we're on stream right now. Let me tell you, we're one of the rare species of EU4 or Paradox content creators that actually really enjoys playing the games. You guys have no idea how many of these other guys, man, I'm not gonna name names, you know, say, oh my god, I can't believe I have to play this game again today, you know, which is not good. And I feel good that I don't have that feeling, you know, that I'm like, fuck yeah, let's play some EU4 today, you know? Boom, I get down, I have fun. Not always, sometimes it's painful, but you guys know.
Sometimes I'm like, because I do a lot of CK3 and I enjoy CK3. I don't enjoy it as much as EU4.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to say this. Laith act like he don't have EU5 on his computer behind the YouTube page, right? That's the reason I want to point that out is because I had a joke planned, right? This is amazing, and I'm only talking about it because this is like a couple of months ago, where I had, and I can actually show on my desktop. I had like a couple of folders. One was Hawk feet pics. One was like it was like these sorts of things.
Saved those.
Hawk feet pics, what happened to the other social streamers, and then one of them was a folder I called Project Caesar, right? And then I forgot about it because when I was gonna do it also streaming, and then realized I'm like, oh my god. In a video, I crashed the desktop and then booted up the game, and in the video people were like, oh my god, look, Laith has Project Caesar, and I'm like, no, that was a failed joke, but I can't say anything because it's gonna make it look worse.
Oh my god.
I'm sitting there like, no! Because at that point, I'm hoping I'd get, like, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that, not that it ever fucking happened, but I'm hoping I'd get, like, something, some access to something. So I was like, no!
No, I fucked it. Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh, man, because, you know, we never want to be those guys.
Excluded. That's right.
It was a successful joke then? It wasn't a successful joke because I didn't get to, like, actually joke about it. I forgot about it.
An accidental non-joke joke.
Yeah, it just wasn't funny. Instead, everyone just assumed I knew shit.
That's right. No, someone in the chat right here says, let's do an EU4 content creators tier list.
Do we want to do that?
I don't know. Do we want to do
do
that?
we want to do that? We'd have to make...
We got 34 minutes left.
Yeah, but we'd have to make
we don't want to do that.
The tier list, and then we'd just...
Yeah.
How about this? I'll say a name, and I guarantee you'll agree that he's the #1 guy in terms of gameplay, in terms of everything else, and we're lucky that he doesn't go on YouTube. It's Flory.
Yes,
Flory's the guy. Like, Flory is the guy.
Every day I say thank you that Flory doesn't make YouTube videos, that he's only on Twitch. And sure, I'm live on Twitch right now. Flory might go live, who knows, and then all of you will leave, but it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
But it's true though, it's true though. Flory is like, and that's another guy. He's like, he's good at what he does. He enjoys the game, and he's just really entertaining.
And he's a fun guy, man. He's just overall a very nice guy. Probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, chat. If you guys, I mean, you know, if you watch Flory's stream, man, he's like, he's just genuine, bro. You know, he's like, that's Flory, you know.
Yeah, dude. Did you see all the like, and this is the one of the. Yeah, we can talk about it. Do you see the photos that came out of like people saying they're going to Spain? Because like, no. My ass is sitting here, right? And I'm seeing these photos on like on Twitter and stuff.
What are they?
They're just people. There's content creators meeting up. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. We're just meeting up.
Let me try and find one so I can show it on stream.
I think.
Put me on the spot here.
Feedback, Ludi, and Jonathan. You know, the influencer relation manager. They like posted a photo together. Corbett posted one on YouTube.
That doesn't mean anything. They might hang out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's everyone at the same time. So like, you know.
That's true.
Ludi was in Spain. There, see?
Oh, and Ludi and Zlewick have a pick as well.
You see what I mean?
Look at this chat. Look at this.
We pissed someone off, bro.
Damn. Why you think they didn't invite us?
Huh?
If there was something.
I mean,
or maybe they just met up by themselves to hang out. Maybe there wasn't an event.
Can you imagine if this was one big gaslighting thing and they're like, there was nothing. You know what I mean? Because it felt very like, I don't know. For me at least, it was just, I don't know. It'd have been cool.
Someone in the chat says Flory was there too. Really?
Bro, they got everyone.
They got everyone. Why weren't we there? Where were we? Were we doing something? I don't think we were doing anything.
Let me check.
Damn. What's the date on that? I wonder. Follow up, chat. Follow up and sub up.
Yeah. Follow. All right, quick. We got to take this opportunity.
Let's get some pity subs, yo.
Let's get some pity subs in the chat for Hawk. Chaps, you need to join and become a member. I'm going to have behind-the-scenes content. Liaising with Laith coming out every week. I'm going to start streaming members-only content in the Discord, so make sure to become a member on YouTube. Subscribe, like the stream. That'll be good. Give me money, donate, and I'll read out your messages. We've got to do some text-to-speech stuff. The reason we're saying that, by the way, chap, is because we are poor. But yeah. Pay for my membership, then that won't give me money. This is a job.
Oh, almost 30 minutes till the announcement, bruh. Almost 30 minutes.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll go like 2 minutes before. We'll split off. What do you reckon? You're gonna come back after that, or are you gonna do your own thing?
I'ma think. What are you gonna do after that?
I don't know. I'll. What we can do is we'll text each other. You know. We'll be around. Sponsored by Pepsi. Nah, I'm getting ready for this Nozeko alcohol-free stuff.
I'm drinking the red cola drink.
Hell yeah. What we do if it's a
Not as
shadow
fun.
drop and its releases today? Well, then we'd immediately start streaming.
Yeah, then we'd immediately play it. What the frick you
Why
think,
do you
chat?
think we're streaming?
We'd be playing it 1 minute from the announcement.
Chaps,
Well,
look,
you gotta wait for it to download, I guess. But
look,
10
there's a
minutes?
reason we're streaming now. Part of it is in case there's information in this, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say they do shadow drop it. They do like an Oblivion Bethesda kind of thing. They're like, hey, by the way,
yeah.
here's Imperator 2. Like, then we immediately download. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They have keys, bro. I love how.
Because we gotta find out somehow, you know? We gotta find out somehow, and it's obviously... We obviously haven't found out via email. What's up with that?
This is the thing. People are sitting there and being like, man, oh, like, they're acting as if they already know. We won in Spain, man!
Yeah.
You know how, like, okay, on a real, we were genuinely a little bit upset. I am, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Uh,
Sorry, chat. I'm on the Be Right Back screen because I gotta open up the Vatican news stream. I think they're having the second conclave of the day.
Are they?
Oh shit, black smoke. Okay, no worries. Back tomorrow.
It's Jeb, bro.
No Pope for the third time.
No Pope. What was the record?
No.
1,006 days?
Yeah, the record is like 3 years,
Yeah.
man. And then they took the roof off the thing and they were like, fuck you, pick a Pope.
Pick it up, bro. There was that one thing where, like, because the first round's meant to be a pity vote, right? Not pity vote, but like a recognition vote. But they accidentally elected one guy one time. If I was me, first day I'd vote for myself. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why it can never be you. You know?
It's true. What, dude,
If I was
what if
there,
Project Caesar's actually
I'd say
announced
I'd
the next
never
Pope?
vote for myself, and then everyone would vote for me.
And then you
you
vote
know?
for yourself anyway.
And then I vote for myself in the second round. Boom. That's what's up.
Oh, bro. We're trying
How
our
long
hardest
does it
not to be
generally take?
salty. You see
Couple
this?
days.
You see this, chaps? It's two grown-ass men not trying to be sad that we don't have information about a new video game.
Let's think about something. What could we have possibly done to make these folks mad? Oh, it refreshed. The stream refreshed. We got a live countdown timer on the stream.
Look at that!
There
It
is,
refreshed.
chat.
Look,
Paradox
it started.
Interactive. Ooh,
Let's go! All right.
hell yeah.
We've got a counter, official counter that says us, man. I'm going to go on, doesn't it?
Yeah. I like that font a lot. I'm gonna be honest. That's a really cool font.
Yeah.
Do you know what font it is, chat? Do you know what font this is?
Font
Any
Maxi?
font
Font
nerds
Maxi?
in the chat?
Is that like music or something? Are they?
Let me see.
It's like chill jazz?
Oh, it's the... Man, I know this exact playlist too. Yeah, and you know it too.
Yeah.
It's Stream Beast from Harris Heller, I think.
Is it copyright?
No, it's copyright free, I think. I mean, shit, I'm gonna turn up the volume on it.
Yeah,
right?
I'm listening to it
Yeah,
now.
why not? Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
vibing.
I was playing Oasis at the start, so
Yeah?
I'm over the whole copyright thing. Yeah.
Chat, we happy with like, wait, maybe I should flip. Chat, shall I flip myself to the other side? Should I go on the bottom left so then you can read that? We can read the other chat together as well.
Just make yourself smaller, bro.
Impossible.
I put my chat on the left, and that chat is on the right.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like I'm saying now I might flip myself like. I might put myself on the left. You know what I mean?
Funny thing is that Laith said in it. What? Like proper British person? Oh, that you said in it.
Yeah.
Someone said it's funny that you said in it.
I just do it.
In it.
Chat, what do you think? Is this better? Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to be here. 2 if you want me to flip and put myself on the other side. Just
Chat,
quickly.
put a 1 in the chat if you want me to hang up on this guy.
Oh, come on, bro. Don't do that.
Someone says, 2 adults getting excited for a countdown.
Okay.
Yes.
It's our job
Yes. Listen, when did it become cringe
to be excited.
to be excited?
Yeah.
Not just about a countdown timer, but about life. Why does everyone gotta aura farm and be mysterious all the time? Listen, we see you posted up on the bridge with your all black fit, alright? You don't gotta be mysterious all the time. Show some emotion. It stopped being cringe to show emotion last year, chat. Get on the same page.
Hell yeah. We should
New
get,
year
like...
in 27 minutes? Shit, it might be a new year, huh?
They just announced.
Countdown timers.
They just announced a new year. The Project Caesar announcement is that it's now 2026.
Damn, new calendar from Paradox. Bold move. They might be doing a Swedish papacy
Project
type
Caesar
thing.
announcing the Epstein files.
Yo.
They just hard drop them. This music kind of slaps though. I'm gonna blow up some more balloons, man. One sec.
Do it, do it.
And then we gotta, you know. Hello, EU chat. I'm streaming with my chat, watching another stream with another chat, you know. And then we're also streaming together. Damn, that made me lightheaded.
Damn,
Woo!
it's like 3 chats all in here combined.
I got some mozzarella and slow roasted tomatoes. Is like little, you know, like you say. I got the.
You got the snacks?
Well, yeah, because it's tax deductible. It's a party.
Right, right. Damn, I should pull out the peanut puffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the Doritos.
Bro, I got my my Nozeko. I'm ready to pop it the second that I've never popped one of these before. Like, Hook, like, is there a danger that it, like, smashes the window?
No, probably not. You got probably double pane, right? Or triple pane?
Well, I mean, it's up high, so I imagine they don't want people falling out, you know?
Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna pop it. You might, honestly, you might bust your monitor if you pop it into it, but don't shake it or anything.
Dude, I could saber it.
Nah, don't saber it.
I wanna-
Unless you've done it, don't.
You know? Well, I did it once.
Don't.
I did it for the first
It's-
time on the weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was cool.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Laith,
Someone in
text
the
your
chat says,
Paradise contact.
"Hog, do you know anything, or are you just as informed as the rest of us?" Chat, we were just talking about that, bro. We don't know anything. And it seems like we're the only
Yeah, I
ones
know!
that don't know anything.
Oh,
We
man.
made someone mad, bro. We made someone mad.
Who, like,
I wonder why, though. I wonder why.
do you think it's a case of they think that we'll... I mean, I was about to say, do you think they'll think we'll cover it anyway, but we are currently covering it?
I mean, if they thought that we'd think that we would cover it
Yeah.
anyway, and we are,
Yeah.
they were right
Yeah, they are.
on not telling us.
Yeah.
So we lost again.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, why are you using Windows? Because I'm not a Linux. Well, I'm not gonna use a derogatory term.
He's
here.
not autistic.
Thank you for the sub, by the way. Appreciate that.
Yeah, why
Check
is
your
it-
primes, by the way,
Check
chat.
your
You're watching me on
primes.
Twitch. Check your free subs.
Yeah, I have paid members on YouTube. We haven't seen any members. I'm sad about that. Could not just be a communication mistake. Should we check spam? Okay, good. You're me paranoid now. Let me check my email.
Yeah, let's check spam.
One sec. I'm just checking my email chat. One sec.
Oh, dude, someone in the chat just let me know why.
Why?
Antoine, by the way, thank you for the prime sub. Someone says because they're calling it Parabellum Universalis, chat. That's why they haven't told us. It's so simple. It's been right in front of our eyes this whole time.
That's that. You know what? It might be a thing. It might be Parabellum. Yo, Goopal, we got a lad giver, spam lad giver. We got a 5 gifted. Thank you very much. Lady Magnus got a membership.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You immediately get access to the behind the scenes, get access to the Discord. You're gonna get access to the lies, the weekly liaising with Laiths. Hell yeah. Look at that. Bro, wore a suit? Yeah. Of course I wore a suit. It's an announcement. Bro, I did more than that. I have a map.
Check out the sub goal chat.
I legit bought a map for this. It does look cool though.
What kind of a map? What year?
I don't know. It's a prop map, dude. Like it's
Oh,
not
is
an
this
actual.
like some AI generated map or something?
No, it's just a roll of linen, basically. But it's got a cool twine
Hawk
thing.
almost announcing the new Pope. Chat, do you want a Pope announcement stream? Do you want Pope announcement reaction streams twice a day?
You won't believe what the conclave said.
Yo, let me try and find a Papa Billy tier list.
Can we have a Pope tier list? Bro, why did you not get a proper undershirt? Because I got this, bro. Look at this. It's sick. I like it. This, by the way, it says Dior on it, but I got it from a Turkish bazaar in Istanbul.
Yo, I found it, chat. There is a Papable tier list. Look at this, dude.
No. For real?
Yo, Mario Zuppi. Is that Mario Zuppi? Dude, do you know what the Catholic Patriarch of Jerusalem is called?
I wish I could tell you yes. I'd like shock you.
Pier Batista Pizza Balla.
Nah, bro, don't.
There's Mario Zuppi.
What do you mean?
There we go, chat. There's my Papables tier list. There's my Papables tier list.
Oh my god, Pizza Balla. Let's go, dude.
Pier Batista Pizza Balla. It means pizza dance. Bro. I don't think there's a more Italian name than that, than freaking... What's Mario's last name?
What, like Mario and Luigi?
Yeah, like Mario.
Is it just
Super
bros?
Mario. What's his last name?
Chat, what's Mario's
Someone
last
in the
name?
chat asks if I'm racist because I didn't put the Black Cardinals on the tier list. No, chat. I'm not racist.
Hawk racist? Confirm. Yo, we got Hawk racism before we got Project Caesar announcement.
We got Hawk racism before we got a new pope.
It's Mario. Nice.
It's
Hey,
Mario?
Fallen, welcome to being
What's
a
Luigi's then? Is it Luigi Mario?
You think?
I don't know.
It can't be Mario. Spam lad, chaps. If there's a new lad, you have to spam lad. That's how it is. And also, women could be lads too. Someone actually sent me an email. Jenny sent me an email saying, hey, I think your language is quite gendered. And I respect the someone speaking up and giving me their opinion. I can't pronounce your name. Lazar, welcome to being a lad. Yeah, I have to respect the opinion, you know what I mean? But like, lads are that's gender neutral, because I say lads and chaps, and you know. Yeah. It is that. But
I feel like it's the same thing as dude. You know, dude is gender neutral.
Yeah.
Now I can't comment on lad because I'm not British, thank God. But
my praise be to God every day. I'm not British. Vlad,
I
the
wake
lad,
up
there you
every
go.
day, not British.
Hey,
Fuck
sleep,
yeah,
bro. I'm
it's gonna
getting
be a
some
good
lads in here. Again, that's going to give you access to Lysing with weekly Lysing Laith, behind the scenes content just for you. Lad only streams, lad only videos, which is actually starting on Monday, which is cool. I've got a new stream schedule that actually I shouldn't have announced yet, but I have, and I've announced it on my most popular stream ever, so I shouldn't have done that, but hey, oh well, we move. Yeah. And you guys do the Discord, so make sure you're in the Discord and you get to join the lounge. There'll be like a watch party and stuff in there. Lads is like, dude, the thing is that you can kiss them. I don't understand what that means. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I don't know. Bro, 20 minutes. I'm sweating
says,
rivers. Yeah? Tell me.
Will we get to know where Red Hawk is from before EU5 comes out? What do you think?
I have actually said it before in Parabella. They won't go back that far.
They won't. It's on a Parabellum stream. Yeah, you have said it. I don't think I cut that part out either. And now I can't remember which stream it is.
No. We just kind of, we quickly went over it.
Yo, don't leak it, chat. If you know, don't leak it.
No leaks. Oh, man. Dude, 19 minutes. Let's go. How many hours you got in EU4?
That's why I'm turning my cam off.
Also, didn't you do a Tiwi video? Or like some Australian video?
Yeah, Tiwi, yeah.
Tiwi's
those small
miserable,
island
bro.
guys, yeah.
It's actually like my most, I think one of my most watched videos of all time.
Oh, is that the one you did multiple parts on?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I actually recorded up until 821 and didn't release it because it was just a bad video.
Oh, that's sad.
You know what I mean? It was just wrong.
Someone says he's from Wisconsin, always repping the Packers hat. Listen. I've been to Wisconsin, all right? I love Wisconsin. It's lovely, but I'm not from there.
I want to see. Wait, if I say, I won't get in trouble for this. Type Laith in the Caesar official announcement chat, because I want to see if it pops up. Yeah, so I'll say yo Laith. There you go. Hey, because I'm streaming.
Type Red Hawk as well. Let's see how many guys from this chat are watching over there. Type I love you Hawk.
Oh no, I brigaded it. No, stop.
Type I love you Hawk.
It. Oh no, we brigaded it, dude. We brigaded it. Okay, right, we got a knot. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, we're over, bro. This is actually, I'll tell you what. This is why they didn't invite us.
Yeah. That's why they didn't invite us.
Let's go
your
back.
guys are already there though, because you're streaming on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Let's go back to mine.
Yeah, come back home, chat.
We'll come back home. We'll come back home. We'll go to our chat. Never getting free DLC again. I mean, we ain't told anything about this one, bro. I don't know that we're in danger.
The font is Storica Bold.
Is
nice. Appreciate that, man.
Storica Bold?
Yeah, someone said it's Storica Bold. I can't be bothered to check, but it probably is.
It does look
I'm just
nice.
gonna trust you.
Because it's trim for HoI4. That's actually the font I use in my thumbnails.
This one right here, the Storica
No.
Bold?
I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna steal it straight up. Although a lot of times they are like copyright, like thing, you know.
So what? Who cares?
I don't get sued, bro. No, your Island Nation ass doesn't fucking doesn't care about that. Oh wow, that guy's spamming. He's gonna get banned. I will say, if you spam, they will ban you. Like.
Yeah, don't spam up, chat. There we go. He got banned.
Yep. Please don't. Please don't.
Isn't Hawk actually British and just puts the funky accent on? You're right. I'm actually.
God forbid this man is British.
I'm from Cornwall, chat.
Oh man.
You know, 15 minutes left, bro. I can feel the little advisors in my stomach. You know, little EU4 advisors.
Yeah. That, to be fair, that special pass we did was actually such a good idea. We streamed that. It was so good.
It was fun. I put up a video of that. I wish it got more views, but
yeah, well, that's the thing. Sometimes the best content doesn't get, you know, because that's the thing. You wanna, Jacob will marry you. Yes. Yeah. Hook eats advisors. Hell yeah. Like,
never finished it,
include more Imperator Run content in. I'll do like what I'll do is I'll do a stream goal for Imperator Run. How about that? It's actually from Newcastle.
Viewers in this stream.
Yeah.
Hawk could be an American of Persian descent. Listen, I love Persian rugs. Oh, the timer changed again. Oh. It changed again.
Did it go up? Is it a minute out? Oh!
Built with the community for the community. What's that mean, chat? What's that mean? Why is this pixelated?
Bro,
I know what's gonna happen. Dude.
What?
You see these tile shits in the background?
Oh!
They're gonna flip and reveal shit.
Let's go!
They're gonna flip and reveal shit.
Oh man, I'm hyped.
This is gonna be tight as fuck, chat.
Bro, you hear the music? This is actually sick.
Oh, the music just cut off. You jinxed it, fucker. Wait. Oh no, I just lowered the volume.
Hell yeah. Oh, this is a vibe, man.
Music, I'm full screening this bitch. I full screened it. Chat, where do you want me to put you, on the left or on the right? Or do you want me to take off chat from the screen? Yo, Voltaire! Voltaire quote?
What? Rome is in no way holy, nor Roman, nor empire. Let's go! I'm actually gonna refresh so you can get ahead. There you go, look at that. Voltaire quote. This is actually so hype.
What's your timer?
1350.
Oh, dude, I'm 10 seconds ahead of you.
Nice. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, this is actually so hype. Grown man yelling in the squares. Let men be excited. This is why there's like historic highs of suicide, bro. Let men be excited about things. I am a grown-ass man sitting in t-shirt and a suit with alcohol-free.
You got a suit on?
Yeah, I got a suit on. Alcohol-free champagne. I got my snacks. I got a goddamn map for this, chaps. Let men be excited again. That's what I'm saying.
Emotion is no longer cringe. The mysterious aura farming era is over.
It's done. Behind every system lies 1,000 forum threads, as we know. I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm excited.
Oh, changed. It's red now.
It's
the
cool.
middle bar is red.
Oh, this is hype.
Open the gates.
Yo, let us in. Let me in. Oh, this is actually so hype.
Try to speed to it. Yo, if we speed to it, it's only gonna be 6 minutes away.
Go, speed 2.
The Declaration of Independence. Wait, Victoria 4. Victoria 4 confirmed.
They just decided
That's the US, bro.
They just decided to like, nah, Victoria 3's done, you know?
Chat, I'm gonna move you to the right for now. But I might remove you guys once the stream starts.
Yeah.
I'm not blocking anything here, by the way. It's just the Tinto logo.
I've got the Tinto logo behind me as well. Chats, what do you think you want me to do? Shall I get rid of their YouTube chat? Shall I full screen it? I think I full screen it.
Full screen the stream.
What do you think? What do you think? Bro, I got like 1,600 people watching me. I'm nervous. Full screen, no chat.
Yo.
What's up? Let's go.
The if you put playback speed on 2, it actually works.
No. Don't leak that, bro.
Oh, okay, I just caught up. It just caught up. Okay, that's what it does. If you put it on 2, it just catches up. That's hilarious.
I'm speeding through. We're going ahead with it, boys. I think does it catch up? Oh yeah, there you go. Hawk? Yeah, it does just catch up. I was concerned there. Let's go!
Audio good? Good. Nice. Thank you for the sub, Laser.
Man, all right, last time to like get some. Don't let him get all the money for the stream, chaps. I want to see subs. I want to see memberships dropping. You get perks for this. I want to see donos. Super chats right now will get read out. 10 minutes. Let's go. Need to watch the announcement. Even though I don't know what game is being announced. All right. Don't do us like that. Can't hear the video. Can you not? Chat, how about that? How's audio? How's audio, chat? Hawk, you seeing this? Oh, Hawk's deafened himself. I'm gonna leave out 5 minutes. Napoleon Bonaparte never interrupts your enemy when he's making a mistake. Napoleon.
That's right. Oh,
he's back.
Tell him to leave up the polls. That's what Napoleon also said after this poll.
Release my boys. Alright, I'm gonna clutch my map.
Yo, Laser coming in with the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. Many primes coming in as well. Thank you.
I'm gonna get my thing ready.
What's your thing?
The Nozeka.
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
how do I do this? I've never put one of these before. I don't drink.
Just push up the cork with
But
your
I gotta get rid of the foil on top though, right?
Yeah. Open up the foil and get rid of the cage.
Okay. I'll get rid of the cage later. I don't wanna pop prematurely. Woo!
No. If you get the cage off, it won't pop. Unless you've been shaking it or something.
Cheers for $5, Zach. Latest emotional support map. Hell yeah. Should be a crease on a foil. Don't point the cork at your face. What do you mean, guys?
Several features of Project Caesar have been developed directly from fan input via our Tinto Talks.
Do you think it's because we didn't read the Tinto Talks? You think that's why they didn't?
Well, I was reading them, but then I stopped.
Yeah.
Listen, I was elected to lead, not to read.
Do you think that's why? That might make sense. Actually, it's why we weren't invited out.
Maybe you think only guys that did like Project Caesar news type beats got involved?
Yeah. How's the order now, chaps? Specifically Spud, if you don't mind telling me.
Yo, oh my god, this Suleiman quote, dude. I am not the king of the people. I am the shadow of God on earth. That goes fucking hard.
Bro, it does.
I'm Turkish right now, bro. That shit goes so hard.
I'm Turkish. Literally me when I'm Turkish. Right, I'm gonna flip to the other
Shish
side.
Robot says, when do we open the champagne? At the start of the conference or at the end?
Start.
We open it when we know which game it is. That's when we open it. Yeah. Thank you so much for the primes and the gifteds and the subs, by the way, chat. Really appreciate the support.
Oh, it's a softer thing now. Ah, this is actually so hype. This is actually so hype.
Yeah. Chat, once again, asking for the last time, do you guys want to stay on screen or do you want me to remove you from screen? 1 in the chat if you want to stay, 2 if you want me to get rid of you. Yeah, it does change color every 2 minutes.
Every 100 subscribers remove 10 seconds on timer. Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm getting lots of 2s. I'm gonna remove you guys when we're 1 minute away. There we go. We're gonna do that. Do I remove myself though? No.
Nah, bro, you stay on screen for sure. And we'll yeah, we'll definitely like what 1:30.
Yeah, at 1:30 or 2 we'll fuck off, and then you know, once it's over, we'll text each other on what we get up to. All right, chat, get ready to smoke on that sip pack in about 6 minutes. You want to see my excited face? Yo, you guys want me to do the soy faces? Screenshot this for a thumbnail, chat. Yo, Onion coming in with a gift. Appreciate that. There we go. Some soy faces for you boys. Show this champagne for the screenshot.
I'm back. Hell yeah. I couldn't contain myself.
The soy hawk.
So how do I pop this, by the way? So I take off the cage?
Yeah, you take off the cage. Okay, if you tune into my stream, I can show you.
And then I like kind of just thumb the cork.
Put your thumbs on. If you really want to pop it, if you want to send the cork flying, right?
I don't want to send the cork flying. I got too much expensive stuff.
Oh, well, then just unscrew it with your hand.
Unscrew the cork.
That looks like cheap champagne. It's because it's not champagne, chat, and I'll let you know what it actually is once we find out what game this is as well.
Learning is to a man as the leaves and branches are to a tree, and it can be said that he should not be without it. Bro, this is actually so hype. This is so much more hype than...
It shook! It shook!
Huh!
You're like 10 seconds after me. Refresh the stream, bitch.
I'm catching up right now.
Yep. How many viewers you got right now, by the way?
2K.
2K? Fuck yeah, bro.
I know, right?
Up. Yeah, that's what's up.
How many are on the actual stream?
On the stream, there's 15K. Damn.
Jeez.
Damn. This shit's about to be hype as fuck, chat. We got Hawk calling Laith bitch before we got EU5.
Yo, and Anderson, passion for the game is the most important aspect. There you go.
I should have probably multi-streamed this shit.
Ah, bro, no time for regrets. Just vibes.
Yep. Yep.
Let's go! 4 minutes.
Europa Universalis YouTube has more viewers than subs.
That's actually incredible. Oh, bro, yeah, about to break 2K viewers. That's crap.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, boys, maps at the ready. Again, I bought this.
We had a Whoa, what was it? I missed it.
Johan, the passion of the game is the most important aspect.
All right. Yo. Bro, we're 3 minutes away, yo.
Alcohol's haram. This is alcohol free.
It's just grape juice that he's drinking, chat.
It actually is. The game was shaped by your passion, trust, tested by your feedback, and built for your ambition. And the pin comment was "Be ambitious," wasn't it?
Yeah, that's like the tagline. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. 3 minutes. It's been a pleasure, Hawk. There is no one on this earth I'd rather spend this time with. I think a minute 30. I'm gonna do it. Yo, Hawk's still goated. You give me $20 to tell say the Hawk's still goated. Alright, I'll take it.
Hell yeah. Listen. In about 30 minutes, everything will change, won't it?
Yeah.
Let's hope it's for the better, you know? That's all I'm gonna say, chat. If this, you know, everyone's assuming that this is gonna be EU5, let me just say that. If it really is, obviously that will be a brand new era for grand strategy gaming. If it's not,
they do like...
we hope it's something else that's gonna be awesome, you know?
You think they do like EU5 and wouldn't like rebrand?
It might, if
You know what
it
I
might
mean?
be
Just
just
like
like
go
Europa
flat.
Universalis, you know? Oh.
Peter still, how you doing, buddy? EU5, let's go.
All right, 2 minutes away, bruh. Listen,
Wait, what's your timer on?
2:05 right now. 2:04.
2:04. Yeah. Time for me a sec. 2:04, 2:03. What is it now?
158, 157, 156, 155, 154, 153, 152.
Cool.
Still?
Yeah, I'm just a little bit.
All right. I'll be seeing you
For
in
sure,
about 30 minutes then, I guess, huh?
Yeah, all right, we'll see.
All right. Catch you later, bud.
All right, man. Hey, Provis, you're expecting Terry Universalis? I'm hyped, bro. I'm gonna deafen myself. Goodbye, Hawk. Have a nice one. I've deafened. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just you. It's just me. I've got my drinks ready. I have a map ready. Are we hyped, chaps? A minute 30 to go. Are we hyped? Is it time? Are you ready? Turn on stream volume. Don't think you can hear it. I'll pop the stream volume like this. How about that? What's on the map? I don't know. I don't know. Can you see? There you go. A minute left. A minute left. Oh! Go fast forward. Just zoom in. All right. 50 seconds. I got my balloons. Oh Jesus! Don't. Off me that my setup board. Here we go, chaps. 30 seconds left. We're waiting a month to see what this is. Months. This is zooming in. It is. It's zooming in. Let's go. All right. 20 seconds left, chaps. I'll see you on the other side. I'm gonna put my map. We've got my map ready. I got this ready. Put the map to the side now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, they went for cinematics. Yo!
Hello everyone, I'm Johan Andersson. I'm the studio manager of Paradox Tinto and the creative lead for Project Caesar. We've been teasing you guys about this project for over a year now, and now it's finally time to reveal what this is all about.
Oh!
With each stroke of the brush, the landscape unfolds. And with every gesture, a path is carved through history.
That's so pretty.
Ambition, once ignited,
Yo!
pushes forward and can never be tamed.
Map.
With every line, a new horizon. Drawn from the wells of ancient civilizations, the landscape changes, but the drive remains.
This is actually so cool.
Painting with the sharp reds of revolution and the black ash of scorched battlefields.
Guns are open! Guns are open!
Legacy is forged of the chosen, tracing the silhouettes of warriors. With the final stroke, like fire across the landscape. Never before has the canvas stretched so far. Europa Universalis 5.
It's him!
Be ambitious.
Woo! It's him! It's confirmed! It's EU5! Massive W! Massive W! Let's go! I feel like a whole ass training for this. Yo, it's finally happening. How does it feel?
I don't have words to describe how excited I am about this. This is gonna be so good.
So I'm an EU4 player with 5,000 hours. How different of an experience is this going to be for me?
It's not like playing a new expansion. We've tried to change mechanics at every single place. Everything's going to be new. I would say throw away the 5,000 hours, but it's still going to be some things.
So you and the team have been working on this for a very long time. How happy have you been with progress?
Does this bar go to 11?
It can if you want.
Yeah, well,
So very happy.
Yeah, I'm super happy. It's like my team is among the best people I've ever worked with. They're been recruiting people a lot from the community and with people with a lot of experience. It's been so great. An amount of history and amount of mechanics and everything we got into the game is beyond what I dreamed of when we started.
Do you have like a single word in mind to describe the idea behind what you're trying to achieve?
Ambitious, is that a good word?
Ambitious is a very good use.
Yeah, I would just describe the game as we set out very ambitious, and it's a game where you can do pretty much everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how I want to play it, there's something for me to do.
Yeah, it's like if you want to play a Hanseatic trader nation, you can do that, just focusing on trade. Or if you want to relive the Ottoman Empire's expansion as a militaristic country, you can do that. Or if you just want to sit and play as your small country somewhere and just get through history, you can do that.
So the world itself is something that's alive?
Yeah, I think that's the best description of the game. We're trying to feel like a game where it shouldn't feel like a game. It should feel like you actually are the country and playing that country through history and guiding it.
And how important would you say the community has been to the development of this game?
I don't think there's word that I can describe how important they are, because part of my team is built from the community. We have been talking for over a year in various ways, like asking for feedback about the game. Because if there's one thing these 30 years have taught me, is that the community is vital for making a good game. You can't just sit on your own and code something.
Well, Johan, I think I'm ready. Tell me everything there is to know.
How much time do you have?
It's 5,000 hours in EU4, I can spend a little more.
Yeah, well, I brought a bunch of developers that are more knowledgeable about the details of the game than I am, and they're in the castle up here ahead.
Well, let's go find them.
Yes, let's do.
Oh, it's so cool! Dude, this is so well made. By the way, I'm genuinely reacting for the first time. I'm in it, but I haven't seen
Welcome
this.
to School Cluster Slot. The servant here will take care of your sword for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magnus.
So what happens now? Where should I go?
Well, my journey here is over, but in this castle there's a lot of developers that will give you all the information you need. But you need to take this to Eric. He will know what to do with it.
Okay.
We're going to Eric first.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and good luck on your journey.
This is the map, by the way. This is the map. This is the same map. This is the same map. I stole the map. That's such a good take.
Before this castle was built in 1654, this was just a remote slice of land, a blank canvas. The man who built this castle had been in dozens of them before, but he thought to himself, I can build one even better. You've loved and you've lived Europa Universalis, but Paradox have thought to themselves, we can build one even bigger and even better. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey to discover how they've done just that with Europa Universalis 5.
That's the first time I got to say it. Map! I feel like crying.
The first historical relic on our journey is Dave. Hi, Dave.
Oh, hi, Laith.
This is Dave.
Welcome to the workshop.
It's a great workshop. So this room feels like a pretty good metaphor for the start of game development. How do you even begin with a project as ambitious as Europa Universalis 5?
Well, we started 5 years ago by building a new studio in Spain, specifically to make the project. So we hired modders, we hired super fans, we hired the best developers from around the world, specifically to make this project.
So once you've assembled this great team, where do you go from that? What's your first starting point?
It starts
They just
with a
turned the
vision,
cameras and just told me to
and
talk.
that vision came from Johan, and it was, I want to make the grandest strategy game. That includes everything from having, from being the most immersive game we could possibly make, having a living world where everything feels like it's impacting something else.
So you've taken all the buzzwords, you've gone historically accurate, dynamism, you want immersion. How do you take those ideas and put them into a game?
That's a tricky question.
I didn't get to keep the cat.
Well, one of the things you start with is making concept art, so we can decide how everything looks and feels.
What's the first mechanic that comes to mind? What do you start with?
Pops, which are population groups, groups of people. So, for example, people of the same culture and religion band together into a single unit.
This is a good way of learning the game, by the way.
They can
So
be
you're
anything
watching this.
from just one person to a million people, one of these units.
So a single person to multiple millions and millions. So we're simulating hundreds of millions at the start of the game.
We're simulating every person who was alive in 1337.
That's a lot of people.
It's ambitious. Gotta give him that.
So the
It's
population
ambitious.
system is tied into everything that you do. How do I get more of them?
With food production. So the more food you produce, the more surplus you have, which increases your population growth. And then, of course, the reverse is true. If they're starving, you're going to lose a lot of pops.
So we're modeling individuals being born, working, dying. I'm assuming they're also going to stratify throughout society. What does that look like?
Yeah, so each pop has a type, a sort of social class, which could be, of course, nobility,
These guys
burghers,
really
peasants. They all have different jobs, depending on which class they're in, and they also belong to different estates in your
look like
government.
So what's an estate? What do they do?
An estate is a group of pops who have a political agenda. Now, most countries have the nobility, burghers,
system. Dude,
clergy,
Imperator.
and peasants. And basically, they all have their own privileges that you give them and can take away from them. You can also sort them by social class. So, for example, clergymen are in a different group from nobility.
It's not Victory.
And that would be the
It's
estate
everything.
It
chaps.
ties into the estate system, yes.
How does the estate system work?
So your pops organize into estates which have their own agenda. They have their own ideas of how they want to run the country.
What if the nobility decide they want something different to me? Can they just go off and
Why not wearing
do
that?
it?
It depends. If you give them the right privileges, you might give them the ability to build their own fortifications or
Bro, no.
or allow your peasants to arm themselves.
So regardless of if I want it, if I've given them that privilege, they're going to go and do it. And I'm assuming
Yes.
that if their agendas and my agenda line up, that's going to benefit me quite nicely.
But they don't always line up. That's
Thanks, Dave.
the rub.
He was so nice. Everyone here was so lovely. The team was so good as well. Dude, look how cool this place was.
What is a privilege? You mentioned nobility building forts. What does that look like in terms of other privileges, like with the clergy?
So you could, for example,
This was
give your
filmed,
burghers control over the coinage. It's all about give and take. You know, you almost never want to give them a privilege, but sometimes it becomes necessary.
Do you know what it has specifically?
Give me a context in which it's necessary.
It was
Why
a
would I
happy
give out a
accident.
privilege?
Maybe you want to pass something through Parliament, and the nobility
privileges
say,
control
we'll
the
only
coinage."
let that if you give us this privilege.
If the inverse happens and their agenda doesn't align with me, I need to either bring them under control or pacify them.
Yes, if you're feeling confident, you can remove privileges from an estate, but you need to be sure that you're in a good position to do that.
So it's a constant balance. I need to make sure that they're happy but not too powerful that they
so
can
weird
take me out.
watching myself.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. So if I manage to do everything
Do you
correctly,
think it looks good, guys? Like
What does that
W
look
if you think that this like trailer
If you
thing looks
have
good.
a happy populace,
Spam it.
happy estates, you have a prosperous nation,
+5.
and that will allow you to go from this to this.
Hell yeah!
well, I've done quite well for myself.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
That is the oldest intact chandelier as it was put in the world. Oh, I'm so excited to share this.
EU5 stretches from 1337 to 1837. That's 500 years of history. A lot happens in that time period. Talk me through how the game changes to reflect the changes in history.
So we've divided the era into 6 different ages, and inside those ages we have different institutions, so that every slice of 100 years or so feels different from the previous one or the next one. Is much more about medieval fiefdoms and this sort of old order. But by the end of the game, you have the Industrial Revolution. Prices of coal go up. People are using more modern technology.
Well, let's talk technologies. These more modern technologies you're speaking about. How does the
Entry stands
technology
pretty much
system in the
immediately.
game
Yeah.
work?
So once you've embraced an institution, that unlocks a brand new technology tree.
I can talk more in detail after
and
this.
Players
stream
can choose to go down that list and unlock specific things from that tree.
So you mentioned institutions. What exactly are they?
So an
This is also me
institution
genuinely
is
asking
an
the
idea
questions.
that spreads. For example, it could be the Quest for the New World, which changes the way
There are
that
textures.
you can explore.
Ah, it's so cool. Bro, Johan, we understand this new plot. I get it. Chill.
So exploration was a big thing during this era. I'm assuming that's also modeled in the game.
Yes.
Matt.
How does that work?
So once you reach the age of discovery, you might want to start looking over the oceans and to decide to colonize distant lands.
So colonization then, how does that work?
So any country can colonize.
This is true.
And
Any
it's a
country
lot
can colonize.
easier if you have Quest for the New World institution embraced. But colonization essentially allows you to take unclaimed territory and absorb it into your empire.
So any country can colonize. I don't have to be a specific nation to colonize.
Exactly, exactly.
This is me genuinely asking questions.
How different does gameplay vary
didn't know.
from place to place?
The games vary quite a lot depending on which country you choose. You're impacted so much by your setup, what pops you have, what terrain you have, and what neighbors you have.
Do you have any
But
questions,
every
chat?
playthrough is going to be different if you're playing with France against Flanders.
But I'm not locked in, am I? I can take the starting position of France and go wherever I want with it. I could colonize, I
missed
could
that
fight, I could focus on the economy, I could focus on trade.
Exactly. It's not railroaded. You can choose which path you want. So you can take France as a big trading nation, or you could just conquer your neighbors.
So the big takeaway is that it is a living world.
Exactly.
But in order to achieve what we've been talking about, to do any of the scenarios we've gone through, I have to take care of my population, right?
Exactly. Your population influences every decision you take. Your population is your economy, and your economy is your population. So you have to look after them if you want to lead your country to wealth.
Well, here's to wealth.
To wealth?
That was supposed to be a joke take. They kept it in. How many takes did it take? I'll talk more about it afterwards.
Every game needs a solid framework, and EU5 will have just that. The population mechanic will be at the heart of everything that you do, and if you manage it carefully, you will be rewarded with a prosperous realm. Hundreds of millions of people are going to be simulated in a fully dynamic, living world. But what does that actually mean? Let's go to the library to find out.
It was so cold. It was so cold. Matt! This is the genuine Matt! I'm so excited. I've kept this the entire time. It's been in the background of some videos. I've been like teasing it. I've been teasing it.
Roger!
This is a library.
That's going to complicate the interview.
Fair enough.
Can you tell me about the living world?
Living world means that things don't come out of nothing. It's the population that live in the locations which produce the goods by working
cool
on the resource gathering operations, or RGO for short. And then those goods are used in other buildings.
What are those? How do I build them? How do I use them?
Buildings are in locations, and there are many types of buildings that all of them do different things. But in general, they will take resources to maintain and to build, and some of them will produce other types of goods. And they will employ the population to do that.
What would I do with those goods?
All the goods produced, both
Why is my
raw
face like that?
resources and refined goods, go into the market. And from there, they are used to supply the needs of the population and the needs of the buildings.
So what is a market? How does that work?
Yeah.
Again, this is me genuinely asking questions because I had no idea.
Imagine you're playing as England, for example. You have a market center in London, and that would attract the locations around it to the London market. Locations will be pooled towards one market or another, depending on the conditions, and all the locations belonging to a market will get the resources from that market.
So if another market has something that I don't have, I can trade for it.
Yes, exactly. If you need some good in your market that you don't have access to, you'll have to make a trade deal between any two markets that you have access to.
Let's say a location is in the market of Scandinavia, let's call it.
Those maps were so
Is that
cool.
permanent or can they shift?
Now, markets are completely dynamic. Every location
Well, dynamic markets, boys, confirmed.
or market depending on different factors, and markets themselves can be created and destroyed completely freely. Well, freely, they have a cost.
So I, as a player, can both create and destroy markets
Yes,
under
you
my
can-
control.
Yes, you can create your own market if you are, for example, if you are playing in Sweden and you don't have a market because you're trading in the market of Lübeck, for example, and you see it more beneficial for you to have a market in Stockholm, you can create a market in Stockholm.
So in this Stockholm market, let's say I wanted something like legumes. How could I get it if it wasn't already in my market?
If you want some good that's not in your market, then you'll have to make a trade deal. A country can make a trade deal between any two markets that they have access to, and that would move the goods from the stockpile of that market to the market you're moving.
Fun fact, I kept breaking up every time I had to say legumes.
Have Danish provinces in my location.
Yes, the goods produced in the Danish locations will be used in your market.
So if I'm buying goods and selling goods, what determines the price of those goods?
Trade deals have a cost based on the distance between the markets.
If it sounds like Victoria 3, it's every game rolled into one. It's insane.
If good. Each good have a base price, and also it will be modified depending on basically supply and demand between the different markets they are being traded to. So if a good is very abundant in a market, it will be cheap. And if it's not that abundant or basically scarce, it will be expensive.
How do I get the money to then buy goods at a loss?
Countries can gain income from a variety of sources.
Move your own army, yeah.
One is basically taxing your population. However, you won't be able to completely tax all your population because it will depend on the control you have on the locations.
Oh, it's such a
So
cool
what's
map mode.
control?
Control is an indicative, or basically the amount of power that your country has in a location, and it will irradiate from your capital. You have your cabinet to increase control if you want.
How can I gather more taxes from like a location?
But the main tool that the countries have at their disposal is the cabinet.
That gives me an idea. Thanks, Roger.
Just leave.
So Roger has just told us about the living world, dynamic markets, and how to build a prosperous nation. But all I heard was newly conquered territories. Let's head to the armory.
Look how cool that looks!
Oh, Eric!
Welcome to the armory.
Thank you. I've been given this map. I think it's finally time we show them.
Let's do that.
Let's show them, Roger! Woo! I had it the entire time!
This is a map of 1337, but how accurate is it?
Well, Laith, I would say this is the most accurate and granular map we ever made for a grand strategy game.
So you're going to need to take me through this beautiful map here. How important is historical accuracy to something like this?
I'm glad you asked, because basically the map we're starting in 1337, I would say we made a huge effort in making it as accurate and granular as possible, which that obviously has its challenges. For example, in the warfare end of things, since now the diversity geographically wise is huge, so a lot of things can impact the outcome of a war. So basically what we are talking here is that, for example, let's say if you had a military campaign in something around the Caucasus area over here with Armenia and the potential rise of Ottomans and this part of the world, what you would encounter is that it's a very steep place with sort of very thin areas to go through, and that obviously you might feel like it's an opportunity. but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a trap. It's a huge trap. By that, which I mean is that things like, let's say, rivers, mountains, straits, those definitely can define the outcome of a battle and potentially the outcome of a war. So you have to be very careful with how you treat your movement of troops in the map.
So before we even get to war, what kind of preparations do I need to make to supply my armies?
I would say, first of all, that going into a war is not easy at all. And yeah, you can be challenged in case they declare to you if you are not prepared. In case you are the one that wants to be the aggressor, I would say that the first thing to consider is building a war chest. That would be for starters. But also you have to be very careful with the production game loop of things. Because at starting date, basically you rely a lot into raising levies. And those levies come from population. And the thing is that this population is the one that's responsible for the outcome of your buildings. So what I'm saying here is that when you start a campaign in 1337 and you raise all your levies, you're making your buildings empty, part of them.
I see. So you're telling me that if I raise all of my levies, get into a bad battle, and my army gets wiped out, I'm also wiping out all of my populations at home, so there's no one to work in the fields and all the buildings.
Yeah, that is correct.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about military objectives, what are some of those military objectives? Can I tell an army to go siege? Can I tell an army to go engage other armies? How does that work?
Definitely. Like, for starters, there would be one of the most used, I assume, is going to be the carpet siege, which basically is the one that allows you to make a lot of your armies go straight towards the forts of your enemy. So you don't need to be micromanaging on that regard. And that obviously has its pros and its cons. Like, let's say you are too lightly on these tools and you use them a bit too much, maybe you are not defending your own country, because there is a military objective to defend your own lands or to call everyone back to defend. But if you are just using the tools in an aggressive way, it's probably gonna screw you up when it comes to the enemy.
So let's say, hypothetically, I am an Englishman.
Yes.
And I want to press my rightful claim on the throne of France. Can I use my superior navy and sailing ability?
Definitely, 100%. Like, navies in EU5 are meant to be, first of all, for movement of troops. That is a huge thing that helps the troops to move around, but also it supplies nearby armies. So that would be something to take into account. I would also add to this that if you, as an Englishman, start, let's say you go with another one, and you go here, and you start going deep into French territory, thanks to your navies, basically, what you would get is that a lot of the locations in France, when you occupy them, you can basically get their food.
So I can live off the land in France?
Yes.
Ideally.
That's the thing. And also, like, it goes both ways, because you get the food of the enemy, and that means the enemy doesn't get that food. So that is pretty good for your outcome.
So you mentioned that wars are won and lost according to your economy, if you're out too long. How do I win a battle?
Winning a battle can be decided by a lot of factors. First of all, as the most usual one, if you have the biggest army, you probably will win. But the thing is that this game doesn't assure you that. So
the different factors are size of the army,
yes,
professionalism of the army,
yes,
the general, the terrain,
yes,
and beyond.
Yeah, I would say supplying your army with food. If an army has low morale due to low food supply, then it's another factor to consider.
So if they're starving to death, they can't fight?
Basically that.
So what are the potential ramifications of starvation then?
That your entire army could die of starvation, which would be a very bad outcome, I would say so. And that means probably that the enemy will be super happy about it. So, but yeah, in order to supply your army, you would have to consider, first of all, supply depots. That's something you have to get from locations in order to, especially if your campaign is long and you are very deep into the enemy land. And there's some countries here that I would say are huge in terms of territory. Let's say you start as Morocco and you want to invade Castile. So the more you get into the specific territory, the more you might be punished unless you prepare fine with it.
So if I'm Tunisian,
yes,
and I want to invade Castile,
yes,
Tunis mentioned in
The deeper I go, the more I need to consider supply, because I could be cut off.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But not only that, because if you don't make sure that your own country is safe in terms of occupations, then you could face another problem, which is that your enemy cuts down your supply. And that would mean that at the end, you wouldn't get that much needed food.
Let's say I have a weaker economy than my opponent. They're going to win. Am I able to secure quick tactical victories in order to beat my opponent? How can I take their resources away from them?
Well, that's a very good question, because there's a lot of opportunities. For once, the map we have in this game allows you to browse very carefully which enemy locations might be producing from the land the goods that are meant to supply their units. So I guess a smart choice, let's, for example, choose the Golden Horde. So Golden Horde relies heavily on horses, as we all know. So if you detect the places that have horses in it, and you are quick enough to occupy those, you're basically decreasing their chances to fill up their ranks once they have some losses. And that would benefit you a lot.
My EU5 just dropped.
That also would include other types of factors, like, let's say, if you are occupying a location, there is meant to be a huge food supply for your enemy, then you are doing a very good strategy.
The link I've just put in the chat is me genuinely playing EU5 for the first time. That's a guide. That's my first impressions. We'll see.
Or if that country is just having an internal problem with the managing of their supplies, then you have an opportunity there. So
give me a sec.
I would say that if you are using a small country, you're playing a small country, you might have a chance to succeed.
So it's less about the size of the dog in the fight and more about how much food is in his food bowl.
Yeah, I would say that. Yes.
Nice.
There's many ways to punish your enemy. Another good option, obviously, but that even comes from EU4 times, although in this case I would say it's harder, would be to occupy the capital. When you occupy the capital of the enemy, basically you are
the victor.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for all that fantastic information, but I have just one more question for you. How many princes are there in the HRE?
Bro just leaves.
Eric? So Eric left before I could get all the answers that I wanted, but fortunately I know somewhere else that I can seek guidance.
You've got no church. It was so cool to know. So yeah, that's my video, chaps. If you wanna go watch it, that's my first impressions. That's everything. Like, that's first impressions. That's a guide, that's everything else. It had to be 30 minutes, so there you go. So go check it out.
Forgive me,
I'm also going to be here live on
church
streams. If you want to ask me any questions,
sin.
I'm now allowed to talk about it for, yeah. Go watch it after it, but yeah.
I have a question about faiths.
About your faith?
No, about faiths in the game.
Oh, well, that I can help you with. We do have around 300 faiths in the game. There's, for example, Catholicism, there's Buddhism, there's Zoroastrianism, there's Shintoism, and plenty of faiths.
And do they have their own unique mechanics?
Yes, everyone has own unique set of mechanics that they can interact and play with.
And I'm assuming all these different pops have varieties of different faiths?
Yes, each pop will belong to a specific faith. And in your country, there could be pops of many diverse faiths that you will have to interact with, and they could be perfectly happy, but they could also be unhappy when their different faith could become a problem for you.
So if there's a pop that has the same faith as me, they're perfectly happy?
Not necessarily. They can be perfectly unhappy while sharing your own faith.
Great.
You will have a lot of minorities, both of culture and of...
Like I said, guys, I'll talk about this after the stream. There's also my link to the EU5 video right now.
What you can do about them is, well, you can convert and assimilate them, or you could tolerate and accept those cultures and those faiths.
It's in the chat.
I can tolerate them. Does that mean that I can have a fully tolerant society, tolerating all minorities?
Yes, if you're particularly humanist, that's definitely a goal to strive towards.
So you're saying, what does that mean? How does one become humanist?
What is a human?
Humanism is a societal value in the game, which is opposed to spiritualism. And spiritualist countries would have it, for example, easier to convert and assimilate. And it's one of dozens of societal values that we have in the game. For example, you could be more innovative, or you could be more traditionalist, or you could focus your army, for example, on quantity or on quality, but you can't do both.
Can you give me an example of a major situation that would impact my societal values?
Well, there's one which will come fairly early on in the game, which is the Black Death, which will happen
My favorite part.
around like 10,
Favorite
15
part, guys,
years
favorite
after
part.
the game starts and will affect a majority of the globe.
What can I do to lessen the impact of the Black Death?
Well, you can try different things. You can try to build hospitals, you can maybe establish a quarantine, procure remedies, but, well, I hope you find solace in faith. Good luck.
I think it's with that.
Our tour today is at an end, but it's just the start of our grandest journey yet. We'll find out whether your reign will be known as a glorious golden age or for carnage and chaos. Will you carve your name into history or be a mere footnote in someone else's chapter? In Europa Universalis 5, anything is possible. History is yours to write. One final piece of advice. Be ambitious.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh, guys, that's so hype. That is so hype. I pinned a thing by phone. That's it, EU5. It's confirmed. It's here. Let's go. Soundtrack is fire. That is so cool. That is Europa Universalis 5. Like I said, guys, be ambitious. I'm just gonna keep spamming a couple times, but this is, like I said, this is my EU5 video. Look, I think they've ended the stream, but that is my EU5 video. It's live now, so you can go and click on it. It's pinned. I'm spamming it. That is me actually playing the game and giving my thoughts. It's non-sponsored. The Miracle of Istanbul. I don't think I can show that. But that is awesome. That is so cool. I mean, I don't have any music anymore. That was sick. Thanks, GoFull, for gifting the memberships. I appreciate that. But what do we think, guys? What do you think? There is no release date. I don't know the release date. Okay, so now I can tell you a couple of things. Now should be me. Firstly, I would definitely go and check out that video I linked. Couple of things, chaps. Okay. In fact, we can go watch it together. I advise you go and watch it yourself, obviously. That's just me. There you go, look at this. EU5. So the way this video is structured is I have my intro, I have like a tutorial guide because I don't want people like completely like not understanding what's going on. We have obviously some gameplay, so this is me just playing the game, like actually playing the game. And then we have my my thoughts on the thing. Wearing the same shirt, you can see why I did it. So yeah, I have played the game. The way it's going to work is I have this video up now, and then in a couple of days I'll give more in-depth thoughts and process. So I would highly recommend going and watching this. I want to be very careful about what I do and don't say. And we'll see what Hawk wants to say as well. But yeah, what do you think of the announcement, guys? No release date. No, I don't know anything. Like I wish I could. I wish I could tell you, but I genuinely don't know. I think I can now cards on the table, everything pretty much. Super fun announcement. Like what do you think? Like, did I do okay? I was so nervous. The folder wasn't real, to be clear. No, it wasn't real. Thanks, Frost. I like on a side note, guys. This is the wildest thing. I played EU4 on release. If you told me, young, like what, 13-year-old me, 4th-year-old me, yeah, 13, like that I would be in the announcement for EU5? Are you kidding me? That's insane. Do I do theater? No, I've never done any acting. I've never done anything. They were like, hey, just be you. Go and just like have fun with it. So I asked a bunch of questions. I think everyone in that did great. I think the editing team did great. I had, there was a woman who was doing hair and makeup. She did fantastic. Like, it was honestly, how long did it take? One day. We were there for a couple of days. We shot for a couple of days. I will say, like, yeah, well, I can now talk about my time in Skokloster Castle. Yes, it was a couple of days. I met a different dev on different days. The team was so good. Like, I'll be honest, they did everything so perfectly. I just had to turn up. I felt very spoiled. But yeah, like I said, I will just keep linking my video because I can't really talk about anything beyond the video. I'm allowed to then use that gameplay, but I don't have access anymore. I don't have access, to be clear. Yeah, I was a great percent. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. So I know it feels like awkward, like I'm being shy, but like, did we enjoy it? Did we have a good time? Oh, that was incredible. Oh man. Oh man. And this is genuinely the map. You've unlocked my mail excitement is glorious before. Thank you very much, Majo. Thanks for the $5. This is genuinely the map. This is actually, like, unironically the map. No one knew I filmed the video, bro. No one knew. So yeah, I got that. I had the map with me. I stole this map from the set. This is actually from the set. This is what I was doing the whole time. It smells of... Let me make myself a little bit bigger here. It smells of soy and coffee, because that's what they used. All right, this is going to be a little bit scuffed now, chaps. There you go. It smells of soy and coffee, because that's what they used. But yeah, there you go. That's the map. Dude, that castle was so cold. It was so cold. You have no idea how cold it was. So in Coffee Elaborate, it's to treat it so it makes it look, you know, old. They did so good on that. The outfit as well was it was so comfortable. The camera swept, I know. It was so cold the entire time. It was absolutely freezing. In that castle. I had like a thin linen shirt. Yeah, it was very, very cold. I'm getting loads of messages on Discord. That's just fun. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so excited. I'm so giddy. I wish I could play it cool. I wish I could sit here and be like, yeah, it's no big deal. Did the trailer? That's awesome. That's such a such a dream come true, man. I'm so fortunate. When it goes before or after Barcelona, before. Now, I can reveal a couple of things. I was also in Barcelona. I can say that. I was in Barcelona. I've been... lips have been sealed. Ain't no one knows. My family didn't know about this. No one knew I filmed this. No one knew I was there. No one knew I did anything. I don't know about the release date. We never got told it. Yeah. Before you, when I started watching you guys did it right. We made it, boys. We did it. We did it, you and me. Thank you all of you supporting me. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't this. It's insane that this is like my job. Oh man, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. I'm so I feel like I might cry. Did I keep the hat? No, that was all from like the Swedish theater department. But yeah, being this hype is good after keeping it secret so long, let it all out. Yeah, you have no idea. I've been keeping this quiet. Hey, Referrers, thank you for being allowed. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, you know? Let me double check what the embargo requirements are and everything. I just want to make sure, like I said, if you want to go watch the video, I'm going to be here for a little while. So if you want to watch the video and come back, please do. There's the video. That's EU5 gameplay, my first impressions. It's not sponsored, to be clear. The video I'm linking is not sponsored. I get to be critical of the game. I get to say things that I don't like about the game, things that I think should be improved upon in the game, because I want it to be as good as possible. And so I do take the opportunity in the good and bad section of the video. That's a horrible screenshot. Why would I? Let's get a better one. Yeah, I don't have a good face for like pausing. So, yeah. Do I know the system requirements? No, I don't know anything like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's not sponsored because yeah, I get to give my first impression. So there are things I like about the game, there are things I don't like about the game, and yeah, you get to see it all. So go check it out. It's cool. What's the biggest? Let me quickly read. Ask your questions. Spam the questions. Let me quickly read what the embargo says. Written disclosure. Let's see. If you live stream Let's see. Let me ping Jonathan a message. Am I allowed to answer questions on my stream? Or do I have to wait until the 10th? All right, is Ulm in the game? I mean, I feel like you could just get out a history book and see that. Thoughts on the market mechanics? Again, I gotta make sure. You know. Cause yeah, don't bother Jonathan as Finkish this year. Promise, bro. You know me. I don't like what with everything that's been happening in the sphere around like problems of confidentiality. I want to make sure. I don't want to be with that. Nah, bro. It's not like, to be clear. We don't have. I didn't leak anything. We don't have a release date, anything like that. Yeah. So we don't have access. So I like, yeah. The 10th, the reason I said 10th is the 10th is the day that we can talk about the videos. So what I'm asking Jonathan is that I'm not allowed, like, am I allowed to talk about it until then? Because we can make more, like, so this is the 30 minutes that I've got on the channel, and everyone else has on theirs, is the only 30 minutes that we have. The only 30 minutes. I'm laying it all out for you. It's the only 30 minutes that we have to work with. And then we can, like, use bits of our own video to form new things. So it's as simple as that. In terms of release date, we haven't been given any release date. There's been no release date like announced. There's nothing like that. Yeah, I got nothing like that. Yeah, I wish. Okay. I want to talk about it so bad. Jonathan, answer me, bro. Because I want to talk about this video. I want to see if. Let me see. Do you think the post a map game? Probably $2. They didn't tell them to release date. I wish. I can I'm allowed to tell you everything that I know from now, which is cool. So I can tell you about my time filming the announcement. I can tell you about my experiences with the game. I'm just checking to see if I'm allowed. That's what this video is. You know. Let's see. Announcement embargo. That's why we had this video like scheduled and it was allowed to drop 16 minutes ago. It was allowed to drop at half past because that's when the announcement was gonna end. So yeah, we should have recorded the video in 2 times speed, so it's actually 1 hour of EU5. Dude, there were so many questions about about how we could game the system. There is 2 times speed behind me, right? But that's just because I'll mute the thing here. There is 2 times speed here. Well, actually, this is what you're seeing behind me is 500% speed of like me playing 100 Years War. It's just so I had like a background, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, so it's just so I had something to talk about. How long did it take you to get used to the UI? Oh, bro, I wanna, bro, it's actually so hard. I want to talk about it. Let me see, is there anything? We'll see if Hawk's around. Yeah, all the creators dropped a video at the same time. Yeah. So a lot of people drop videos. Or in the trailer, what can they do? I don't want to be that guy. They've like, you know, a lot of people worked a lot, like really hard. Are we allowed to answer questions? I'm asking Hawk now. Lady Magnus, do you know if I'm allowed to answer questions? People are asking questions about the game. Are we allowed to do that? Are we allowed to do that? I'm trying to get Hawk on it. He said anything goes. I mean, Hawk said anything goes. If Hawk says it, he's my guy, you know? All right, yeah, okay. I can give my thoughts on it, I guess. I'll give my thoughts on the video because the video's released it. So, do you get the game system? What I did for this video is I was gonna upgrade my PC because I thought I really want to get a good video. But I thought to myself, it's not representative of the average user, right? If I upgrade my PC. So I stayed on a 3080 or 3090, right? I didn't upgrade my PC for this. I have a better PC. Literally, I'm looking at it. That's a better PC for me to record this. But it's as simple as that. A lot of us have had access for a little bit now to make this video. Now that that period of time has ended, we don't have access. And this is the limit of... Oh, thanks. Lady Max is giving me the info. That's amazing. Appreciate that. She's asking Ben, who was the servant? But yeah, 3080 average. I mean, what I'm saying is it's like, it's more representative than like me getting a 5090, which is the plan, right? And being like, 5090 done. You know? So it's as simple as that. But get in your questions, and I'll see if I can answer them. But I think I can. You can co-stream the announcement show, which is what we got told. We told we can co-stream this, which is cool. Reuse this. You can talk about game content. There you go. Any additional videos? Okay, cool. So I can talk about it. Cool. Okay, right. I'm talking about it. I can do it. I can do it. Okay. So. Good, bad, everything in between. Let's begin. I would highly recommend watching the edited video because that's a better way of doing it. But the things I like about it, I think that we have a lot of grand strategy games like smashed into one. They've picked the population system. When I kept on joking that was Imperator. Let me see, Jonathan. Yep, okay, cool. We're allowed to answer questions. I've got confirmation. I'm allowed to answer questions. I'm allowed to talk to my about time. Ask all the questions. I'm so hyped. Right, let's do it. Cool. Okay. All right, let's get serious for a sec. Let's get serious. Here we go. First things first. I think we have a great foundation for a game here. In its current state, there are bugs and there are problems that having spoken to the team, I'm fully confident they'll be able to flesh it out. Number one concern, Bravo says, this game may try to do too many things at once and fail to be great at any of them. That is a concern, absolutely. So far, the systems are interconnected and they work, right? They work. I think that the biggest problem that I have with the game right now is it's a little slow. Because there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot of moving parts. There's so many different things happening that, and I don't mean in terms of performance, I mean in terms of gameplay. This 100 Years War took me an hour to complete, and it's 3 years. Because there's so many different things I need to be concentrating on. I'm sorting out my market, I need to be sorting out all these different stuff. That's the big thing. Are there multiple start dates? No, there's not. Feel more or less complex than EU4? Infinitely more complex. My biggest, like, it doesn't feel too complicated. Like, as of right now, I'm not sure what is... how do I put this? I didn't complete the 100 Years War in 3 years. I played one war against France, and it took me an hour in 3 years, right? Is Tunisia a strong nation? Tunisia is a good nation to play as. Grand strategy is really, really, really grand. Performance is slow. Right now, it's not a cruel. Like, I don't look at it and think this is horrible. I think what we're looking at is pre-optimization, and I think they're going to get a lot better. How playable is the game? Very playable. Very playable. I want to be this very clear. It is in a playable state. I wouldn't say it's in a releasable state. It's a playable state. Like, it's a good. I am enjoying playing it. Right? I'm enjoying playing the game. But there are bugs that need to be fixed. The analogy I use in the video, and I would highly recommend you go and watch this video. The analogy I would use is that imagine you are, like right now you're at home. I walk in and I smash up your room. I flip tables, I flip chairs, I throw your drinks everywhere, I damage it, right? Then you're gonna clean the room. You're gonna focus on the big stuff first. You're gonna flip the... I'm sorry, I apologize. Laith just walked in and flipped it. Let's say I put the table back up. You put the table back up. You put your computer back on the PC. Like, you start to fix it. This stuff takes you the first 5 to 10 minutes, and it has a massive impact, right? It's the final 5 minutes of, like, there's popcorn everywhere. You need to hoover. It's that little bit that takes you longer than the first parts that are the big ones. And that's the stage the game's at. All the big stuff is done. The systems are built. The systems are working. The population system works. Everything works. I enjoyed playing it. there are a load of tiny bugs that it just needs to be polished. For new EU players, how welcoming is it? That's what I'm gonna get to in a second, right? So it is a case of the game is really fun, but you will inevitably find bugs. For new EU players, how welcome is it? And I appreciate you giving me the $2, and I'll be able to see things that are, that are super chatted a lot easier. There's a lot of them. It's not welcoming. This game will, like, for new players, live and die on a tutorial. There are so many interconnecting things that have to happen at the same time that you won't be aware of if something's not working or if you aren't working, if that makes sense. It's going to be hard to learn. When you do learn it, there's so much you can control. Do countries feel different enough? A lot. They feel very different. The game is so big, it's so expected. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, right? I'm not saying it's too complicated. I'll take words on that. I'm not saying it's too complicated. It seems the perfect mashup of EU4, Victory, and CK3. Is this true? I would say yes. I would say Imperator. It is more Imperator in that, which is great. You learn via trial and error. I think it's going to be harder to learn from trial and error from this. I think that's the problem. There's an automation system. You can see up there. There's an automation system, which means that you can automate parts of your country down to balance this, balance that. Sometimes it's necessary if you're a lot bigger, and sometimes it's like it does help to learn. So for example, when I first dived into the game, I had no idea about things such as trade or anything else like that, right? No idea. And so I automated it and got used to it, and I looked at what the AI was doing. So that's good. That is good. It's a game for gaming who have to make a mistake such as in battle. I think the biggest problem that if you have a blobbing mindset, you're gonna find is that you're not gonna be like too happy with it. You have to be like, what I do like about this game, and one thing I think that they try to do with the Black Death, this is just me putting this in their mouth, right? The words in their mouth. I think that they started with the Black Death to teach the player that you can use, and it's bad, right? You can lose a third of your population, and you still go on, and it teaches you as a good way of teaching the player that bad things can happen and you continue on. You can lose a lot of your population and keep forging onwards, right? Is there an in-game tutorial already? No. I had to learn by doing, and that was hard. Yeah. It's like, how hard is the AI? I couldn't tell you. Does it guide you, like with missions and such? Yes, like think Imperator missions, but like less there, if that makes sense. I would say the missions are more to guide the player. They're like a quasi-tutorial. It's ridiculous all foreign style of it. And that's the problem, right? I think that for guys who want to win everything, I have to win every battle, 0 battle loss. Everything has to go my way. If I get an event, I restart. Like, you're not going to enjoy this game as much as EU4, because EU4 is a game where the trajectory is like this, and you just perpetually grow. You snowball. And there's no real, like, downside. Whereas EU5, with it right now, there are things that can go terribly wrong. Remember, when you're fighting a war, you're fighting with your population. So your population comes into levies, and then you fight, right? And then let's say you have a devastating loss. The 5,000 men that you just lost, they don't... Like, it's not magic manpower number. That's 5,000 few guys in the fields. They're not gathering resources now. You know what I mean? How to run it, like, I've already explained, like, I'm not gonna like keep on going over stuff, guys. It wasn't ridiculously slow. But there needs to be work on optimization. I think that's the truth of it. Is there aggressive expansion? There's something called antagonism, which functions much the same way. Well, not much the same way. Do the states feel unique enough from each other? Yes, I think it does need more flavor. Like, some nations definitely have more flavor than others. I think right now, the flavor is the easiest thing to interput. The mechanics for flavor is there. International organizations exist. Different, like, ways that they work. Like, that all works. I would say that... the only thing that's lacking is individual events, you know? Like, Serbia has some stuff, and that's why I played Serbia in the game. Can I reforge Carthage and then break down and salt the earth? Firstly, Provis, your man, get out of here. I have it. Little birdies might have told me something about forming Carthage. Who knows? Tunis gameplay is good. Playing tall is more OP now than ever. What I love, and I'm going to seize on something you've said here. Does this mean that playing tall is more OP now than ever? You have so many different ways to play the game, which I like. The societal values thing is like a dynamic slider. Like it's a dynamic slider. And so that means that through, you also can't do all of the text, right? That's impossible. You can't do it enough time. So through that, the decisions you make and not slider, it's a binary system. That goes, for example, decentralization to full centralization. It goes from quality to quantity. It's a sliding scale, and the things that you do will shift you from one way to another. So you can have an aristocratic, quantity-focused nation that is centralized, right? But they can also be decentralized and plutocratic. Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can do about it, and it means that you have this dynamic nation system, and I love that. I think that's really, really cool. World conquest will be a lot harder. World conquests right now, in the current state of the game, aren't possible, I would say. I don't know that you would have the facilities for that. It's like expansion. It's not hard. It's not like it's more complicated than I've just gobbled territory, click core, done. Think where in EU4 things will have a button. EU5 has a system. Cheers, Marcelo. How far did you get in the game? Did you see the colonization aspects of the game? I didn't get that far. I don't think colonizations is as like, I think they're focusing on the first 100 years for like to get that nailed, and then you build from there. I think it's very much the from what I sense, build framework, get better. Build the population system, build from there. Build the market system, go from there. You know? Is it better or worse? What is better or worse compared to EU4 than other games? Everything that you would play another game for, it does better. It's how those systems interconnect that slows you down. I think that this is a game for grand strategy games. Like if you want to like sink your teeth, and I'd appreciate you guys like watching the video and liking it and that sort of stuff. Please, I'll put it in there again because I have more like my voice is like going. I'm sorry. I have more coherent thoughts there. So go check it there. But I will say that let's say you're playing CK3 for the story, you're focused on the characters. Like EU5 is focused on the nation, if that makes sense. This is the grand strategy game, yes. I'll definitively say that. The idea behind it is to be the grandest of grand strategy games. It's as simple as that. Yeah, and I think some people are gonna like it, or some people aren't. Are there mission trees? Yes, there are. They're like, sorry, not mission trees. Sorry, there are missions like in Imperator. So not like mission trees like in EU4. Does it have different studies? No, not at present. They might do. I don't want to say to what, because bear in mind this is an early statement, like a stage. Everything I say can change, can absolutely change. So it's as simple as that. What's my opinion on the UI? I like it, man. It grows on me. My only problem is how the UI feeds into each other, and it's like. My problems with EU5 are all things that just need tweaking versus big mechanical problems. Can you say about the Far East or Southeast Asia? Yes, I can. The Far East, when you click on it and start playing, you have to play with automation. There is so much going on that you will not be able to, as a human, play the game, or at least if you do play it as a human and want to do everything individually, it will be the slowest game of your life because there's so many things to do. You can automate those things to speed up your game. So if you would like to, as far as I see it, if you would like to micromanage it, you can. If you want to automate everything and go hands off, you can. But that's divided into different sections. So you have, you can automate war, you can automate trade, you can automate pretty much everything, really, apart from like your foreign policy. But you can do everything like that. So it's simple. It's as simple as that. Monarch power. Is there monarch power? No. Up on the top of the screen, I can go through this. Up on the top of the screen, we have, up here, we have gold. We have stability, which is a scale from -100 to 100. We have our population here. This is our legitimacy. We have our prestige here. We have our diplomats' capacity, war exhaustion, and manpower, and our sailors. So your manpower and your sailors are if you have a professional army, right? Otherwise, you'll see over here, current armies, these are my levies. Not everyone has the access to a professional army at the start of the game, but I will say professional armies will wipe the floor with non-professional ones, which I like. And one thing I didn't get to say in the video is that this is all visually represented. If you zoom in on the map and you see a collection of men, if they all have the same uniform and the same weaponry, you know that is from glance, that is a well-disciplined professional force. If they're ragtag with differing uniforms and pitchforks, you know those are levies. And that's a sliding scale, like in terms of the composition, which I think is really cool. Speaking to the individual behind the map, obviously there's a lot of people working in this game. I think what they did try and do was try and make as many different things visually accessible as possible. You can see at a glance where roads are, how big cities are, where something are forts. So there's that. I'm gonna undeafen with Hawk and see what his opinions are. So yeah, let me read out what other people are asking. Are custom nations a thing? I don't know, actually. Is the road system like Imperial Rome? The road system is not like Imperial Rome in terms of you don't need an army to build it. You can just build it. I love the road. I love building infrastructure in games. I think it's great. As simple as that. How good is automation at doing its job? Interesting question. It has a specific goal in mind, right? Automation, when you click automation, it does what the AI thinks is best, not necessarily what you think is best. So when you build trains, yes, you can. Let's say you're building your economy for something. Liverpool FC going to be PL champions next year. Yes. Let's say you're building for something. The AI doesn't know what you're thinking, so to automate it takes that agency away from you. But you can flick it on and off. You know. How does the papacy work? You have international organizations. You have stuff that for patriarchates and that sort of thing.
We're about ready.
Oh god, you scared me.
To link back up with.
How you doing, bro? You good?
What's up? Listen, hey. Good job on that announcement.
Thanks, man.
For once in my life, I won't meme. Good job on that.
Bro, I was nervous. As you know, I was nervous, bro.
Yeah. It was great though, man. It was fucking dope. It was fucking dope.
IPO's response to be were pretty good. That's kind of fire.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was kind of sick.
Yeah. I like it. So, what were you up to? Were you answering any?
Yeah. I've been like
questions.
I've been straight up answering questions constantly about like what.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So I mean, I think. So both of us have had access to EU5 for a little bit. We now have it revoked. I'm with Hawk, by the way.
Yeah.
Did Hawk know about the video? Hawk didn't know about the video until the creators were told about it. I want to be very clear. I never told anyone. I didn't tell nothing.
True. That is true.
Is it something similar to mission trees? There are Imperator missions. Right now, I think they serve as like a guiding hand. I don't think they do add too much flavor. I think they're like a soft tutorial. Yeah, let's do
it. With the missions?
Yeah.
Okay. So I made my opinion clear to my chat on the missions, and I'll let chat know. You wanna? Is there some way we can both set each other up so both of our streams can see each other? Or,
yeah, we can do that. I mean, we just got to do like OBS sources, don't we? Like with, you know.
What about a video call? Because I'm on NVIDIA broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let me try video calling.
Okay, try video calling me. I can't see you. It's just an OBS source right there.
Give me a second. Yeah. I think I might have to switch off my camera on stream.
What about you? You should be able to see me.
Probably, yeah. Let me.
Do you see me in Discord? I've turned on cam.
One sec. I'm in my own ones right now with the video.
Okay. Let me see if I have a screenshot of the missions chat on the video right here. I know a lot of you guys are interested in that. So it should be, yeah, there it is. I haven't selected any one of these mission branches right here, but that's where the missions are. So you select Conqueror missions, and it'll show you a couple of missions that help you conquer, or that help you with conquering. No missions actually give you CBs or anything like that. It's pretty bare bones, man. We're gonna get into it with missions right now with Laith, but it is one of the more controversial things, I feel like, at least among creators.
Yeah, I didn't use missions at all. I think at the start I did because I think they're meant to be like a soft tutorial.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
But they're not worth like if they're good for learning the game, they're not good for like, you know, doing better. So did you saying you did it on NVIDIA broadcast and then?
I am on NVIDIA broadcast. That's why you can see me in Discord, and I'm also on cam on stream.
Let me try this. So that means I need to remove my video capture device. Oh boy.
Yeah. You should be able to see me right in Discord.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about how I would put that up on screen.
Just put Discord on screen.
But then if I do that, I'm covering the video.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'll just keep it as is. I won't mess with it.
Yeah, okay, let's just keep
Yeah,
it
so missions are a little bit bare bones. It has to be said. I mean, maybe you don't share this opinion. I'll ask you because now we can talk about it. I think that the game right now is in a good place in terms of setting up the systems and mechanics. I think there's a bunch of bugs and tweaks that do need like tweaking. You know what I mean? Like you see how much money. So for context, Hawk and I actually played a multiplayer game where we played as two tiny
so
city
fun,
states.
Man. That should have been our video.
That should have been our video.
I'm sad we didn't record that.
Yeah,
I'm sad
we had a great time. We were like smashing like larger. We beat Brandenburg, Austria, Brabant all at the same time.
Just to give you context, chat. Okay, if you're on my screen right now, I'll show you this. So, and maybe if you have that frame on your video.
Wait, we can just look at each other's streams.
Oh, that's right. We can just look at each other's streams. Okay, so look at my stream. Look at my stream right here.
Give me a sec.
Let me try and find a zoom of the HRE if I have it. If not, I'm going to do it from far away.
There you go. I'm blocked.
Okay, so Laith stream, if you're seeing this as well. So me and Laith played a multiplayer game. We did it just for memes, just to learn the game with each other. We tried to find the smallest nations in the HRE. I played as the nation of worms.
It's like...
That's what they're called. And they're, I think, these guys right here. This tiny, tiny little purple dot you can see right there. And Laith played as the nation of Spire, which I think is this other super, super small dot. They're basically, Worms is north of the Palatinate. Spire is south of the Palatinate. We played with both of those guys, literally the smallest nations in the HRE. Then...
Official channel is here? One sec. Yeah, what's that? I think I'll call the official channel. Wait, are they? Wait, what did they say that?
What?
Zach? Sorry, I just... Wait, do you want the PB camera links? Yeah, kinda. Cheers, Midge. Apparently, wait, is the Europa Universalis guys here? I want to see.
Where? In your chat?
In your chat or my chat? Someone said they might be in our chat. Are they lying? Oh, no, they are. Look, hey, they did. Hey, it's late. That guy for our announcement.
Discrimination.
Yeah!
Twitch discrimination.
Woo! What's up, Europa Universalis?
Shout out Laith, by the way. PDX guys and Laith's chat. Shout out Laith, man. He did a great job on that announcement. Y'all better book that boy again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Hi, bro. I got a load of Discord messages came when that popped up. Blatant favoritism. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So we played as the smallest possible guys, and then we ended up getting mercenaries, and we were smashing armies like 5, 6, 10 times our size, just because of the fact that we they're professional soldiers. Like, what do you expect? That happened historically, you know, which I think is really cool. Maybe
just
a
to
little
give
bit
you context, boys. As the two smallest nations in the HRE, me and Laith, with about what was it? 1,500 mercenaries combined.
I had about 2,000 because we were making.
You had about 2,000.
So much money.
Yeah, with like 2,500 mercs combined, with the smallest nations in the HRE, we beat Brabant, Upper Bavaria, which is the Emperor, Lower Bavaria, Austria, Brandenburg, and another guy. Man,
it was cracked.
We beat like the most powerful nations in the HRE. They had like 20k troops. Me and Laith beat them with like 2k mercs. That's how cracked mercs are.
Yeah, having mercenaries die to your own population doesn't seem like a very good strat. Yeah. So basically, you get mercenaries to die, so then your population doesn't. They stay in the field. Sounds like the game might be too easy. Trust me, bro. Pravas, bro. Trust me, it ain't. Oh man, back screen. You good? I bounced. Let me go back to my one.
No, I went to your screen. I went to your screen.
I you confused me. One sec.
You can show things now.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Are we gonna repeat each other? No, we're not. Well, when you change from mine. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so. This is like the tutorial guide aspect of my video. So a couple of things. Markets. One super cool thing about the markets, chats, is that they are super like dynamic. So we actually created our own market. Let's see. Can I get the market map mode up?
That was cracked.
Yeah. So this market at the start, then this Nuremberg market, we ended up making our own one that basically destroyed this market. So it still existed, but we created our own one. So which meant we were the market leaders. It was sick. But we made I would say we made too much money off of trade. Like in my Serbia game, I think I showed off the end here. I'll see if I can find it. I end up like.
Did you do Serbia in your video as well?
Yeah. Did you do
I
Serbia?
did too.
Yeah, I did. Let's go.
Dude, I did too. It's just so good. It's a really good starter nation, man.
So you can see here my trade income. Obviously, like my trade expenses were 50, but I'm making a lot in trade versus taxes. Like, look at that. Even as Serbia, which is not a trade nation, you know what I mean? Like, I think they definitely needed to. They definitely need to change. Like, they need to retool that because you make so much money for trade, and it is literally just sitting there, removing old trades, creating new one, removing old trades, making new one. That's literally all we did. So I think that does need to tweak.
A province can't be in 2 trade nodes.
No, it can't. A location, buddy. A province can be a location. So yeah, you create your own markets. How do I explain markets? Okay, so again, I explained this in the video, but
trade nodes, bro. Yeah. Better trade nodes.
Much better trade nodes. They're dynamic. Basically, every location belongs to a market. The market it belongs to is based on the attraction of that market, which has its market like capital in the location. So, for example, the London market is based in London. The stronger the market pull, the more that other locations will go there. It means that their goods, these aren't limited to, for example, your geopolitical affiliation. So you can take France's locations, for example, in your market. They can be in the London market, and what that means is their goods are sold on the London market instead of their own market. So that's really good for you, obviously. So there's that. Let's watch the video on stream maybe. And I ain't wasting views like that. Go watch it yourself. In fact, I'll make it easy for you. I'll link it right now. There you go. Go watch the video. I even have my ending thought processes there. So Serbia is the reason I played Serbia. It's one of the few nations to have flavor. The reason it says Serbian Empire is because you start as Serbia, and right at the start of the game you get an event. Yeah, which is cool.
And once you conquer Biz, it's super easy. Once you do, chat, you get an event to flip into an empire, and you get your own patriarchate. Biz is no longer like the main guy. Serbia is instead.
It's very, very cool. This is this. Look, our trade node's gone. You got markets, not trade nodes. They're just better. I would say, again, every feature in EU4 where there's a button, here there's a system. You want to call something, you need to integrate it. You need to set up everything like that. You want to culture convert something, you need to set everything up for that. You got trade nodes. No, there's dynamic market. Like, that's what I mean. This is a battle, by the way. I just wanted to show that up. Dice rolls exist. You got a lot of different features and stuff going on there. Battles are devastating now. You don't retreat, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of mad. What would you say is like your... Give me your... Let's go theater kid. Give me your rose in your thorn. You know, what's the good thing? What's the bad thing?
Just general. What I like the most, and maybe dislike
someone
the most?
said, cheers Zach for $5. Someone said, so trade is no longer pulled in one set direction like EU4. Get rid of the EU4 trade system. Trade doesn't flow like that. There's trade between markets.
You trade with countries. Or
value doesn't
markets.
snake down a path. It's I have a market. There are goods on that market. If I don't have access to the goods, I want to buy goods from another market or sell it to another market. If the London market is selling for 5 and my market's buying for 10, I buy in the London market. I sell on my own market. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. Go for your. What's your favorite feature and something you're not happy with?
Something I'm not happy with. I gotta start off with obviously, you know, I'm gonna say 2 things right here. Obviously, the way to get like CBs. Obviously, EU4, you know, is mainly a war game. It's a painting the map game. It's the painting the map game. So I understand why they made conquering and CBs and getting CBs so hard at the start of the game, and maybe the system of just spying and fabricating a claim, making stuff up, maybe it shouldn't be in EU5, but there should be a replacement for it.
Yes.
Right?
Do you want to talk more about like the
easy for me to go to war with someone?
Yeah. You want to add a little bit of detail to that, or do you want me to?
Yeah. So, chat, I already explained this to my chat. I'll mention it for Lace
please.
Boys as well. So, the main way you fight someone in EU5 right now, or find a way to declare on them, is either no CBing them, which isn't as devastating as in EU4, I'll say that, way less. And then the other way is waiting every 5 years to call the parliament, and then the parliament approves for you sort of a way to fight someone next to you, but it's also with an insult CB, and insult is like way more expensive and stuff like that. So unless you're playing as the Ottomans, for example, which gain various CBs on the other Beyliks around them, it's super easy and fast to conquer as them. Or for example, like with Serbia, that gets the claims on Byzantium at the start of the game, it's really annoying to find good CBs to expand with. So there we go. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Most creators would say, not just
I would
us
say most
right here
people.
talking.
It's not. I don't like it. Like, it's as simple as that. I get like there's been some pushback. Some people are saying that it's some people are saying that it's like, oh, it's not realistic. But I don't know. I feel like facilitate me going to war. People normalize war. People in the 14th century did go to war all the time over various claims. They would claim stuff. They would create claims. For me to have no system to fabricate a claim in most cases, I feel like there needs to be more reasons to go to war if you want to go down that route where you don't fabricate claim on a province. I think that should be a big thing. So the biggest limiting factor isn't A in alliance chains, but rather getting the claims in general. You can always no CB. Those of you who haven't played Imperator might not understand that losing stability, it's not like EU4. Your stability goes from minus 100 to 100. It's not as devastating to be on super low stability. You don't want to be on low stability. And as you can see down here, you spend money to gain stability. And also there's a cabinet interaction.
Among other ways, yeah.
There's always, but that I like that among other. There's always that among other ways in this in this game. I think it's really interesting. You got the Black Death here. I do want to show off like some. I didn't show off too much Black Death. 144 million deaths, 618,000 in mine, and
that's a lot.
It's very weird. They said you can play the game any way you want, but make it very hard to go to war. No, because later on you get CBs. We're talking about when we speak, guys.
That's the whole.
We want to talk about we're talking about the first 20 to 100 years. The reason we're talking about that is because that's the kind of part of the game that most people play. That's the kind of game that we care about, obviously being content creators. Later on, it makes it so much easier to go to war. That's the problem. My biggest gripe.
Do you want to get into the later on? And you know what you're talking. You know what I'm talking about here. The later on.
What do you mean by the later on?
As in how everyone says.
Okay.
And there's
so later on, the game, like what we have heard from internal feedback from other content creators, and I would agree with my with this perspective, is that the game is more fun the longer you play it. Obviously, I don't know super late into the game. I've never gotten that far. The first 20 years are the slowest. I think that needs, and I said this in my video, I think this needs to be looked at. I think that might be a problem. So, yeah.
To give you a breakdown, chat, if the setup, the entire setting up of your nation, okay, I'm doing the estate stuff, I'm building up the army, putting down a building or two, securing alliances, getting ready to kickstart everything, if that takes less than 5 years in EU4, obviously if you're playing as a super small nation, if you're playing as someone huge and powerful, you go immediately. But in EU5 as well, even if you're playing, I would say, as a pretty big guy, for example, Hungary, or a pretty powerful guy, the Ottomans, the setup is like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
You get into a war or two before the Black Death, you build up the economy, you build up the markets, create your own market, then the Black Death hits, it pretty much decimates your economy. Then you sort of build back up from that. You see where you've leveled off, because you can feel huge and powerful before the Black Death, and then suddenly you have 40% less people. You're making 40% less money. Your army is smaller, whatnot. And then you sort of get over that. After it ends, you do one more war or two, and by that point, it starts in what? It starts in 1336, right? By that point, it's like the 1350s, maybe 1360. Yeah. That's when the game
saying that
really
sounds
starts.
good. That's fine. And again, I don't mind the Black Death coming in and wiping you out. That's not my problem with it. I really don't. I don't mind that. Again, I think it teaches the player that, hey, bad, terrible, apocalyptic things can happen to your nation. Where a third, in this case, about 40% of my population died. and then you move on and you carry on, and I was still making money. Like, you can do that. That's fine. Puts a brakes on the snowball and gives the game room to breathe. I don't know that it does because you haven't had a chance to snowball yet. From what I've heard and from what I'm looking at, world conquests are impossible at present. I like the late game is a lot better than EU4. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
my concern is
game, boys.
If you have, I think micromanagers and min-maxers are gonna love this game. My concern is if you want to just like chill and load up a game, you kind of have to. You almost have to get too into it, to the point where like you have to learn everything, and it's tricky, and getting going is hard. The simple, let's be critical here, not just like negative. The simple fix for me would be to have the ability to declare war, like fabricate claims, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You do that, and then I think you got something to do. Because I can, like, it's every 5 years to be clear, chats. You get one Casus Belli and one nation every 5 years. So yeah. Appealing to too much to the min-max is a great way to alienate new players and stagnate. The ironic thing, Pravis, is that, and this, like, I heard that from some people, which was...
Hey, Pravis.
Which was the fact that, oh, well, it's like they're trying to appeal... It's the ultimate grand strategy game. They're trying to appeal to existing players, not get new ones. I disagree. I think it can appeal to new players if it's...
It can, yeah.
If like a tutorial is put in place that's good, which is going to be difficult. The reason I say that is because whereas in EU4 you have to go, this is mana, it's produced every month, it's a magical thing, right? Pravis said you need to play Repo. Why don't I get to play Repo with you, bro?
We do. Pravis, I was just about to say that, bro.
What? I want to
And
play.
by the way, now I can say it, Pravis. The reason I couldn't play that shit with you boys, you know, with Chewy and Quill and stuff like that, is because that when the Tinto event was, that's when we went to Spain. So that was my reason for not being around for that game.
But yeah, so what was I saying? I would like to, Pravis. Yes, I would. God, I completely lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah. Sorry. So whereas everything else can be explained, whereas everything can be explained about like, oh, mana and it's a magical substance. Whereas like now I can go, this is population and this is money. You lose population, that's bad. Like I feel like it's simpler to explain in plain English versus saying hey, here's
it's more real terms. It's less like board game terms, you know?
Yeah. Do you have to play like 50 hours to know the basics? Kind of, but I think automation will go a long way for that. Thanks for 2 euros.
Yeah, automation is good. I like automation.
Yeah, I think automation is good. I think it's going to frustrate the min-maxes because it doesn't, like, the game doesn't min-max for you. So it's as simple as that. Is there no mini-map? That's a good question. No.
No, there's no. You know what?
I've
never thought of that.
No, there's no mini-map.
I never noticed that there's no mini-map.
Bro, shout out. I didn't see that. That's crazy. Do you think colonization should be slower or will the new world be Spain by 1600? I don't know. I can't comment on colonization. I don't like, not because I haven't, but I don't know if I have.
Yeah.
How possible are major alt history events like a Sunset Invasion? This is a really interesting concept. So what they want to do with this, from my perspective, is that they want to set up a historically accurate battleground, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You want to see the Ottomans rise and France rise because of the way that they're set up in terms of their goods and the way they're set up historically, not because there's the lucky nations modifier, if that makes sense, right? So that's kind of a big thing here. You can see the Chagatai Horde, right? Because the Golden Horde collapses. And they set up the framework such that these things can happen. So you do see something insane happen occasionally. And it's not because that something prompted it or anything random happened. Things just collided in the right way in a simulation kind of manner, if that makes sense. Yeah. The cover is AIR. I don't think it is, chaps.
No, it's not. It's not, chat. The designers actually have confirmed Laith in the Discord, which we can now say we were a part of. It's not AI art.
It's like it is drawn. It's very cool. I like the art as well. The music's really cool as well. One thing I can say about the music, which is sick, which by the way, I'm allowed to, like, the only time you'll hear the music is in the video. I'm not actually allowed to play it at all.
Yeah.
So the really cool thing about the music is that each track has 4 layers to it, depending on how intense the situation is. So imagine nothing is happening. You have like a chill vibe of one track, But then something interesting happens. The trumpets start to come in. It gets a bit more intense. Okay, now you have more of a violin section coming in, string quartet. And now we have a war gets declared. The drums come in. It's the same song, but it's layered in 4 layers of intensity. That's not just in terms of war. That's in terms of APM, if that makes sense. Let's say you're clicking around and you're doing a lot of things. Suddenly, the game like reflects that. It's not just about like, oh, there's loads of war going on. It's that. And there's a lot of things like audio cues and visual cues, like I said before.
And it's depending on where you're playing as well. For example, you hear different music if you're playing as a Western European Catholic nation, different music as an Eastern Orthodox, different music as the Ottomans, as an Ilkhanate nation, East Asian nation. So it's very contextual, and the game looks different as well. For example, on Laith stream right here, he's playing as Serbia, and you know he's got that blue sort of fleur-de-lis type stuff going on the upper right and upper left, but it's different, for example, for the Ottomans and whatnot. So the UI looks different and the music is different depending on where you're playing.
Yeah, it is like a lot of thought has gone into like the feel of it. Like the vibes are good is the best way I can describe it.
The vibes are.
If you look at the map, you can see things like the roads are there. A city, think like Victoria 3, where a city expands because you develop it more. This stuff here, you can see. When I click on a province, let's say when I think in my tutorial thing, I clicked on London. Where are you? Yeah, I click on London. Over here, you can see that London, this art here will be more developed based on how developed you are.
True.
This is incredibly customized. It's stuff like that you don't even realize, which I think is really cool. They want to give as much information off the map, like from just looking at the map as possible. That's super hype. And at the same time, when you're looking at troops on the map, if you see over the hills comes an enemy army that is all wearing the same uniform, you know you're about to get your ass beat. Your cheeks are gonna get clapped, bro. It's bad. If they turn up ragtag, you're like, all right, cool. I'll just walk in. So it is very, very cool. I think, and like I said, when I'm looking at explaining these sorts of stuff in plain English, it all makes sense. You instinctively understand what food is, what population is.
There's no abstract concepts like in EU4.
Yeah, I feel like there's, I can't really think of any. The only way you'll get abstract concepts are things with international organizations where you have to like have things like religious influence to do things. But otherwise, stuff like, for example, personal unions. Hawk, you know anything about that?
Oh, dude. Yeah, someone in chat asked me earlier in my chat as well. Personal unions are like, they don't compare at all to EU4, man. No other game has a mechanic like this. It's pretty simple in EU4, right? Your ruler is the ruler of that country as well in EU4, and they pretty much do your bidding. You can suck their money, they can be disloyal, blah, blah, blah. Not a lot of interactions with PUs, and then after a couple of decades, you integrate them. In EU5 chat, it's not like that. There are levels to this game, bro. There are levels to this game. How will this affect LeBron's legacy? We still don't know. But, for example, Hungary starts off in a union with Croatia. We know this, and it's the same situation in EU4, right? But Croatia can make allies of its own. Croatia can go to wars on its own. Croatia can conquer land on its own. And vice versa, Hungary can do the same thing.
They can also be the
Croatia
senior member as well.
Get conquered, yeah. And Croatia can be the senior member as well. So the only thing Hungary and Croatia have the same at the start of the game is Hungary's ruler.
Yes.
That's it. And then there are various things you can vote on. The union is also sort of like, I would describe it as a mini international organization, right? Sort of similar mechanics. There are laws you can vote on. For example, both Hungary and Croatia can vote on how much money they spend on the union itself.
Like, to make it more cohesive. The more cohesive it is, you can pass more laws to then one day like integrate them both, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Usually, the more powerful nation can sort of, and obviously a lot of times you would be playing the more powerful nation, can steer things towards becoming a senior partner pretty much just like an EU5. You know, like, okay, Croatia is my boy, they'll do my bidding, but it takes quite a while to get into it with that. There are various laws and things, and, you know, Croatia, they have to accept you offering all of these things. They gotta accept you being the senior partner.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta accept doing your bidding and whatnot. So it's super, super complicated. And I'm actually very excited to get into that when we do get access again, because I really didn't mess around with unions almost at all.
No, I know. Neither. Like, we were too busy like trying to figure out what was going on. How developed domestic policy, passing laws, etc. If you haven't played Imperator, I highly recommend it. Just as a note. The other thing is that when I was joking around about this being Imperator 2, it borrows a lot of feels from Imperator. In terms of like laws, I would say that is like an Imperator-based thing, if that makes sense. Someone said, no, it's Pravis said, character-based now, right? No royal marriages unless you have a daughter. Yes and no. Like
you can marry your son.
Yeah, your king is, and the character of your dynasty and your ruler is a tool to be used. It's not CK3 in terms of you play as the dynasty. It's kind of like he helps you. Borrowing from Imperator helps excites me more than anything else. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I was so happy when that happened. Yeah.
As for characters, chat, you know, with the 3D portraits being included, obviously, you know my opinion on the appearance of these guys. That doesn't matter. You know, they're kind of growing on me.
Honestly, yeah, they've been growing on me.
No, let's cheers, bro. Let's cheers. Let's point it to your, do it to your camera. Take the bottle to your camera. There you go. Boom. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Tastes horrible.
So, characters. You guys might think on first glance that they're super, super important because we got 3D models and whatnot. Yes, they are way more important than EU4. But like Lee just said, very, very far away from how important they are in CK3, you know? It helps to visualize this guy, that he's actually there, that his wife is actually there, that someone can scheme against them, you know, the advisors as well. Those are pretty much the only characters, man. The ruler and his family, the cabinet guys, and then it's like generals and admirals and whatnot. So there aren't, you know, like...
It's not like CK3 levels, but like, you can... Let's say your cabinet, and I'll get into cabinet in a second, but like, this is how it affects, by the way. These are the different levels that affects the military, diplomatic ability, and then he also has abilities as a general. So it's not just your military ability that helps. Like, if you're a better human, you're better at everything. Yeah, so there's that. In terms of like your cabinet, I think I do show off the cabinet sometime, presumably. I think I showed off before, maybe.
Now, what I mentioned in my video, and I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, you'll agree at least partially. I said that the cabinet is the most important mechanic of EU5.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes, 100%. So the cabinet chaps are individuals. You start with like 2 cabinet slots, and I'm gonna see if I can find.
And that's the hardest part about this game, boys.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, man. Another reason the Ottomans are so good, and they're probably the most powerful nation in EU5 right now, they get 4 cabinet slots, man. Imagine... I really don't know what to compare it with in EU4.
There isn't
if
really.
You can think of an analogy,
there really
isn't anything. Yeah.
So here's the 2 cabinets, right?
Yeah, break them down.
Here are the 2 cabinet slots. So you've got cabinet efficiency, which is based on a number of different things. And each of these cabinet slots can be assigned to a cabinet action, right? So these are the guys that I can take. Again, they have admin ability, diplo ability, and military ability. That's going to correspond with one of these things that you can do, increasing control, integrating province. Obviously, you want someone who's high in admin to increase control. Replacing members of your cabinet does cost you stability, and it costs you a little bit of money, especially if you promote someone to a head of a cabinet. So you can see here, like, integrating province, that's essentially coring. You don't just one-click core anymore. It's like, it's a long process. Coring, integrating province is definitely like a speed break when it comes to
average time to core a province, you know, to compare it from EU4, let's call it integrate in EU5. Would you agree it's 18 years probably?
Yeah. I had 1 province when I conquered as Serbia in my video. It was going to take...
When you conquered Halkidiki, right?
Yeah.
1830 something?
Dude,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it took so long. There was 118, there's 11427. Chaps, that's also because they have a completely different like culture, religion, everything else. So it's not like...
And not just that, also because, for example, Greek culture has more cultural... we're doing a specific example here as Serbia conquering Greek provinces. For example, because Greek culture is more influential, let's call it globally or whatnot, than Serbian, that makes the province be integrated slower.
Yes.
And it's kind of a strange thing to explain, but it's like, you know, to explain it in real life terms, okay, Greece is more influential globally than Serbia, and the world doesn't accept, like, bruh, how can Serbia own Halkidiki, you know? It's Greeks, it's Greek Orthodox, you know? Just imagine, like, the world saying, they're not really the owners of that, you know? That's how I compare it, at least
To a
with real
degree.
life, with the cultural and religious influence as well.
Yeah, I will say that. Like, so if you have... Also, the similarity between the two cultures also hits. Like, if you conquer something that's completely outside your culture, religion, everything else, it's going to take a lot longer to integrate. Going back to the cabinet stuff, you have loads of these different, like, cabinet actions you can do, converting provinces, expelling people, encouraging migration, diplomatic endeavors, all these different things, but you can only assign one to a cabinet. You can only do so much because you only have 2 cabinet slots. 2 guys can both, for example, integrate a province each, but yeah, it means you can't do the other things, like, for example, increasing stability, which you want to do. But it is from, like, one... Like, it's a sliding scale when it comes to integration. Things get integrated over time, I believe. You don't necessarily have to...
a lot of things are over time in this game. Almost everything, pretty much. And over a long time, too.
I think that's kind of the main thing. You can see here, this one thing I really like is the control mechanic. So, control... A lot of people didn't like control. But my capital...
I like it. I like it more than autonomy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So, the way control works, chaps, is this is the control map mode. Control radiates out from the capital. So we have 100 control in our capital because our capital is where our seat of power is. But somewhere like York has 25% control, and you can see it radiate out. I love this. The reason I love it is because it's so historically relevant. Because this is impacted by things such as mountains. Like you can see Wales has 0 control because culturally different. They're harder to get to. You know, this all makes sense. If you want to increase control, well, you need to
in this
physically
screenshot right
bring
here,
it. Yeah.
They're pretty much only nominally part of England. Wales,
for
at
sure.
least half of it. Yeah.
For sure. And up here, you can see, like, if I build a road up here, that's gonna help a lot. But building a road over a mountain is difficult, and a province over the other side of a mountain, like you're gonna have very, very limited control. Can control be boosted by having a vassal in, for example, Wales? Very interesting point. Yeah, well, you're not going to be boosting control. You're not going to get full benefit, but someone who is centrally located in that location is going to be able to control it much better than you are. In the same way that if I shifted my capital up to York instead of London, then control would radiate out from York. So it's kind of as simple as that. You can see I actually control more because there's a coastal connection here, more this than up here.
It's closer to London than York is, you know. Yeah. And this also comes into play with the proximity mechanic. I don't know if you have you've got proximity in your video right there. Let me try and pull mine up actually because I think I do have it. So proximity chat is another thing, like Laith was just mentioning about you know, how close it is to your capital.
I'm just looking at myself on your stream, bro. This is just a little bit of stream session. You gotta switch the screens real quick, otherwise we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, there we go. I'll do it now. So there it is, back on this right here. So let me try and find the place where I show off various map modes that should be around here. So this is the roads map mode.
Very cool.
And this is the proximity map mode. So this pretty much correlates to what Laith was just saying about control. As you can see, proximity, it just radiates out of your capital just like control. So because this is Prizren right here, this is the capital of Serbia, as you can see, these provinces that are lighter, you know, are closer to the capital. So obviously they have higher control. But over here you have this impassable terrain, the Shar Mountains. Shout out, by the way, wonderful place. Over just on the other side right here, not that close to your capital. But if you build roads, proximity to the capital increases, which in turn makes the control increase. So those two things, proximity and control, go very hand in hand, I would say, in EU5.
Oh, dude, we got to leave a comment on the announcement trailer.
We should. What should I comment?
I don't know.
Chat, give me a good comment for the announcement trailer. I want to comment on that.
Damn, Spiff was already there.
He always is. Does he have a video on this?
I don't know.
He wasn't mingling with us. On the actual trailer video, you mean, or on the stream?
On the video trailer.
I see it now.
I'm gonna comment we making it out of the 14th century with this one.
That's a good one. Chat, suggestions for leaving a comment on this.
We need something funny.
On the what you call it? On the EU5 announcement trailer. Did you see they chose an American as the Pope?
I didn't. People are spamming me. I'm kind of over.
Not to get political here, but
Let's go.
Ooh, I like that Andrew pop-up. Is it too fake deep, though? Is it too fake deep? Oh, I like that one way better.
What are you writing?
This is the greatest Europa of all of Universalis.
Nice.
I'm gonna like my own comment, because, well...
Hell yeah, you got to. You got to. You got to.
It's just the thing you do, chat. It's just the thing you do, man.
Alright, like, let's go back. Well, now we stroked our own egos a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we gotta chat. You know, we are
Content creators
after all. Having thousands of adoring fans all around the world does that.
Dude, I was freaking them.
I can imagine even more for you, since you were the guy that announced
EU5
to the world.
Oh, bro, you have no idea.
Sick, though, I gotta say. I didn't expect it to be that dope, bro.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
You didn't really say what you did. You didn't really tell me what you did over there, so I was like, okay, he's gonna be there and he's gonna say like, ladies and gentlemen, this is EU5. And then some guys on chairs on a stage are gonna talk. But it was freaking dope.
Yeah, no, I think it was super, like, Scholastic Castle was sick. Yeah, it is such a cool time, man. It was so cold. Shout out the hair and makeup lady, because she did me, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, she did me good. Like, she sorted out the hair, the makeup, everything.
Fucking John Paradox with that fucking feather hat and shit.
I wish I got to keep it, but I got to keep the map, though.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's the map.
That's the map, bro. Yeah, that's the actual map. It's straight from there. So, yeah.
Nice souvenir. Nice souvenir.
For sure. For sure. What else can we show off? I mean, these are the buildings, I guess. As I'm gonna show. Yeah.
What do you think about the how split all the buildings are? For example, I made an example in my video right here. For example, you got a tailor's guild, a tanner's guild, a brewer's guild, a this guild, a that guild, a this guild. Yeah. And is it that just having more buildings for the sake of having more buildings? Like, the example I made was, why not just have a guild building? And for example, if you build it in a province, or sorry, in a location that produces like grapes or wheat or something, have it be called a brewer's guild. And then in a leather province, have it be called
because you can have something there, right? That, for example, let's say we talk about the brewers guild. It's not limited by the resource that's there. Like, you can build it there.
But that was the example I'm giving. You know?
I know, but let's say that it has like, you can put a jeweler's guild, a brewer's guild, everything all in one province, because you're going to import the resource that you don't have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So then that, like, that's why it's not just like guild building. It's like, you want to produce a resource, okay, build the building that is that you want to create that and import the goods for it.
Actually, good point.
Economics, like, this, to be honest, it just goes to show, like, we've had time with it, and we still, like, it's hard for us to know everything that's in there, you know.
Yeah, definitely, chat.
How hard is it easy to reform the Roman Empire?
Probably pretty hard.
Yeah.
Wait, I think this was announced in the dev diaries as well, but I know there is a Europa formable for, like, when you conquer all of Europe, probably.
There is? I didn't see that.
I think this was in the dev diaries. I think this was in the dev diaries. Yeah.
I think they haven't sorted out a lot of the formal nations and that sort of thing. Again, we're like...
Formables, I'm going to say inferior to EU4.
Yeah.
I would say vastly,
they just need to add them in.
Vastly inferior to EU4.
I think the flavor, to be honest, country-based flavor is inferior. Mechanic-based flavor is better, but in terms of, like, events and stuff, it's worse. Like, I think that's something that can be easily added, though. That is events. That is mechanic. Like, that is research-based stuff. Like, I think you can sort that out quite easy. You know, I think the concern was probably going to be that, well, we don't want to make people overpowered by virtue of being a country, you know. But yeah, is there another police state? No. I think we're allowed to talk about everything now, so I can say that we had access. We no longer have access. We're allowed to make videos after the 10th on, but just using the 30 minutes that we've sorted.
So actually, I'm about to interrupt you on that. I just got a message from our influencer relations manager friend, and he said, just want to make sure something wasn't miscommunicated. The 10th of May is when re-upload videos can go out, not the 11th.
Yeah, cool, okay. Nice.
So I just asked him now, only the 10th or not after the 10th?
Nice, okay, cool.
I still don't get it. Okay.
Yeah, well, that works. Right. Oh man, Big Man Lambert saying I see multiple videos over 30 minutes. I don't know.
I still don't get this.
What is it? What do you get?
Explanation. I guess I'm gonna get into it later.
I have to harass Jonathan for access. I have his home address if you want, brothers. I feel rude, like, ignoring everyone. You know,
yeah, I still don't get this. Never mind. I guess I'll sort it out after we're done with
We're a
stream,
national idea, so much unique country-dependent flavor. It's because you're thinking of flavor in terms of modifiers, right? You're thinking of flavor like, oh, you get plus 5% discipline. That's my flavor. You're thinking about it wrong, in my opinion. Obviously, you're entitled to your opinion, but you are wrong. The lot of the country identity comes from you building your nation. Again, let me show you this, right? This is England at the start of the game. You have this like list of societal values. So I am 0.28 the way towards centralization. I'm 0.1 the way towards traditionalist, right? So this is, and I'm as England, I'm embroiled in the 100 Years' War. So I impact the world around me, and the world around me impacts me. So, for example, if I am left to my own devices, I'm not going to be focusing on being offensive. I'm going to probably be more defensive, which means that I'm going to be less able to wage wars. I'll be more wanting to wage wars on my like ground, if that makes sense. And I'll want to have quality over quantity. But these aren't like all intertwined. So these are changed by situations in the game, as well as it create like as it being a sliding like scale. So I can intentionally try and move these things along, but as my society develops, so will my societal values. So, for example, having serfdom versus free subjects, like it's these sorts of things. You can see that I'm towards serfdom, but I'm being pulled towards free subjects, right? So this is your identity, right?
Your stream.
Yeah. This is your national identity. It's none of this like, oh, I get 5% discipline. But is every country more of a flag and color and all that's it? No, it's not. So no real exclusive, unique ideas or missions. There's no such thing as ideas, but you do get unique technologies that are relevant to your nation.
The way I explained it was the advances is a joint thing of tech ideas, idea groups, and national ideas. So all the unique like modifiers you could get as a specific country are located in the advancements, for example, and not just for the country, but also for your religion group, culture group, government type, all of the unique stuff, 90% of it is in the advancements.
Yes, so you unlock different abilities and technologies, and there's your modifiers based on your country, your culture group, your religion, that sort of thing. But I will also say, when people say things like, national ideas, as if I'm playing as Austria in EU4 and I want to go naval Austria, I'm not gonna go naval Austria because like my ideas don't reflect that. Like there's no point. I'm geared towards being the diplomacy guy. As England, I'm geared towards being like, you are kind of steered in a direction. Whereas with this, let's say I'm playing as Austria and I get some coastline, I'm actually suddenly, and something happens in the game for me to be incentivized, like prioritizing like my navy versus my land. Suddenly I'm a naval guy as well. And I'm not dependent on national ideas, but my culture group might steer me in a direction and give me benefits on the basis of that. So it is a case of flavor and also dynamic. So it's simple as that. So for example, England will have special naval technology, but you can invest in that or land in diplotech. I think so. I can't, like, bear in mind, everything could change. Like, I wish I could tell you. So some nations have specific advances that they can do. You're not going to be able to do all of the advances at all. I think it's impossible, personally. I don't know if you disagree with that, Hawk. I don't know if it's possible. Much less of a board
what
game.
What do you think is might not be possible? What specifically?
Once I'll just address this from OPB. Much less of a board game with set directions, more of you are what you do. Really liking the Imperator Rome and EU marriage. Yes, basically. You are more like. Sorry, what was the question you had?
Yeah, like what did you say you think might not be possible?
I don't know if it's possible to research every tech in an age.
It definitely is. It
Yeah?
definitely is.
You think so? Well,
Yeah,
because
for sure,
you
for
unlock different, like when you pop it up and it goes admin focus, diplo focus, military focus.
Yeah. Well, not
Yeah.
everything that you choose. Sorry, headphones just died. Hold on a second. Just a second.
Not everything you can choose, if that makes sense. There are like, you make a decision, now you're locked from stuff. They like branching
Audio
missions, I
through
guess.
chat so we can hear Laith.
Hello, it's me. Can nations change the primary religion, or can they only be changed through events? I think that
Right, nice.
I think you can change everything about your nation, but it doesn't happen by virtue of clicking a button. Like it's a process and it's an investment. Does that make sense? Like I think that's where we're at. Won't eventually result in meta values that make each playthrough the same if you start to min-max. Now, no, to be honest, because it entirely depends on the situation you're in. The world will affect you, you'll affect the world. At the same time, again, I need to make this clear. You shouldn't, because you can do whatever you like. The game is not set up to be a map painting simulator. It's set up to tell a story.
Yeah.
If your story is you want to paint the world, then that's your story. You're not going to make use of a lot of the mechanics. And you're going to see things as numbers, not just like it is steered in that direction. So, are cannons late game tech now? No. There you go. Hafiz with RP and EU5, it is engineered for roleplay. Again, we sat as our little multiplayer game, as our little free cities. We naturally started like gobbling everything up, like next to us, like 1 or 2 provinces. But we mostly like sat there and basically developed the hell out of our little city-state, centralized ourselves, created markets, then created marketplaces and stuff to get trade capacity so we can buy and sell goods. Then we created our own market. So we were buying and selling goods constantly, then used those to get mercenaries. So we had professional troops because we didn't have the population base for too many levies to then smash everyone around us. So it was quite cool. Does the game have nested tooltips? Yes, they love nested tooltips.
It's good. I like the nested tooltips.
I would just say the thing that annoyed me, and we'll go into some things that annoy us as well. I don't like how they categorize a lot of things. It's finicky to click around. Like if you want to click through menus, it doesn't feel like the buttons that I click. And obviously it's a usability thing, but the buttons that I click don't take me where I want them to take me where I want to go. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
It's clunky to try and get like.
I understand that.
You know,
try and get somewhere.
And there's a click and hold versus just clicking now as well, and that's a little bit annoying. Dude, I don't love the UI. I'll know if I through it, but goddamn, that's OPB. Yeah, I didn't like it at first either. It grew on me. It did grow on me.
What, the UI?
Yeah.
It's good. It is a continuation of the EU4, man, which I really wanted. You know, especially the freaking notifications. It's like the best notification system in all of Paradox games.
For sure.
Yeah.
What else is there? I wanted to point out. I don't like the diplomacy screen. I don't know if I have it up.
Yeah, it's like. It's not a big of enough of an upgrade for me. And also, they're sorted alphabetically. When you're so used to seeing Alliance first in EU4.
Yeah,
you know?
so the way diplomacy, it works is there's lots of different tabs, right? So you got hostile actions, that sort of stuff. Plus, what I don't like is there's for example, an action to offer alliance. You click it, but the option to break an alliance then shifts into a hostile action.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that's sorted at all. I really don't like that. The deployment screen I don't like. I don't like the fact that you have to occupy a location to take it. I think it's going to make Colonial Wars really, really tedious. I haven't tried out with Colonial Wars, but I think it's going to make them super tedious, dude. I don't like that at all. I think if I've smashed your army, you have 33 guys and I have 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you want me to do with that? Like, I understand you have forts, but you would be willing to sacrifice a province. You know, I'm not talking about 100% thing or anything else like that, but I'm not even talking about forts necessarily. Oh, the way that this works, by the way, is this is a fort over here. You have to take that. That's an actual siege, and then it occupies everything around it. This is a town. You occupy this. It occupies everything around it. Imperator Rome. It's the Imperator Rome war system fundamentally, and peace system. I like you can dismantle forts in a peace deal. That's cool. I could be like, all right, I'm not taking it this time.
Yeah, that's dope.
Get rid of your forts.
And you can make them like, you can force countries and peace deals to let them build, or sorry, for them to let you build buildings in their country, which might be beneficial for certain trade actions and whatnot. There are a lot of complex peace deals. Obviously, we've known this for a very long time since they confirmed it on the forums. There are no two-sided peace deals, you know, which I get why it's hard to implement because the AI wouldn't know how to handle it and whatnot. But it's just, I feel like, you know, that's the thing we're aiming for in the future with
That's
Paradox.
EU6.
Maybe in 2035 we'll get double-sided peace deals. But
I gotta turn down my brightness on my face. It's like it's green screen. It's green screening on my face. Which nation do you have the most fun playing, by the way?
Shoot, man, I haven't tried that many nations. Honestly, I had a fuck ton of fun playing the minor HRE guys with you. You know.
Yeah.
By the way, we just found out, chat. Worms is one of the main ones, and the other one is like Sperm something.
Spire, bro.
No, Spire is the one you played, but you should have played Sperm something.
It's the new Ulm. Worms is the new Ulm, confirmed.
Worms is the new Ulm, confirmed. So that was super fun, mainly because, you know, we were goofing around in chat and whatnot. Obviously Serbia, since I showcased it, super fun because let's call it medium-sized. Is it medium-sized in EU5? I don't know. For a medium-ish... No, not Worms. Serbia. For a medium-ish sized nation, I feel like it does have quite a lot of flavor.
It's one of the larger nations just by virtue of there being so many small ones.
Yeah. But Ottomans are by far the most fun nation for me in EU4 and EU5 just because you're so fast with them, you know. So much conquest. 4 cabinet member slots. Insane. It was absolutely dope. Yeah, Ottomans for me are most fun so far, although I do think once we get access to EU5 again, whenever that is, I hope soon.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there is a potential for England and France to have more, you know, to be more fun than the Ottomans, even without conquering and whatnot.
I'll say this. So behind me right now, that I'm showing off my video, this is 500% speed. This is me doing the 100 Years War.
You did it? As who? As England?
Yeah, well, I declared the war before... So I declared the war before the 100 Years War actually fired. If that makes sense. The 100 Years War actually popped halfway through. That's
what did you declare?
Because I got the ability to declare, like, for the claim throne, which gives minus 25% to conquest, which was very cool. It was very cool, but this war took me an hour and a bit to win. There was never any doubt I was going to win it because the French army just wasn't there. It took so long. It was very tedious. It was very tedious.
Yeah.
Like, if you're detail oriented, you're gonna love this.
How much weaker? Everyone said this obviously since you played this. How much weaker do you think England is to France compared to the situation in EU4? Where obviously any player can win as England, but let's say a guy that hasn't played England, he's not gonna, you know,
I didn't have too much difficulty as England. The main reason for that was that the French army wasn't there, and I just kind of dived in. I would say that I've never seen AI England win. I will say I played a game as Flanders, and England decided to fight me instead of France. So, like, the 100 Years War is a situation that you're not permanently war with France, you just constantly have phases of war, like, you fight, and then you stop, and you fight, and you stop. So, I don't really know that it is necessary. I want to say something, because people are looking at the hourly ticks. So
I was just about to say that as well,
you say it's going to slow down late game. It's not, because not everything is counted on the hourly tick. So, the game isn't going to be checking to see if, has this good been produced? Because it's not been a day. So the hourly tick is mainly if you go on speed 1. So then you can look at your battle happening in real time. If you go on speed 5, battles happen instantly. Like, it's just done. I'll see if I can find like a gameplay thing of a battle.
Another thing, chat. I noticed this while we were hosting the Crusader Kings 3 tournament on Parabellum. And chat, if you haven't subscribed to the Parabellum YouTube channel yet, what are you doing?
Hell yeah.
Now that EU5 is announced.
Live shows? W's in the chat.
Now that
EU5
let's say it, yeah. Now that EU5 is announced, boys, EU4 Hegemon, it's gonna be gone soon. What's coming up after that? EU5 Hegemon, the greatest and first and only EU5 live show coming up. Well, whenever it releases. But, what I was gonna come back to is I noticed how much smoother Crusader Kings 3 is, because it doesn't do all of those monthly calculations. You know, it goes like.
Yeah.
Whereas in EU4 and EU5, it's like, you get the money. It stops, you get the money.
Yeah,
it's the same type of calculations in EU5. It's the month-tick slowdown. And there are no other slowdowns. Just like in EU4, it's the month-tick slowdown.
So, yeah. But
Office, you don't know what we're talking about? We got to get you in then. Then you'd be perfect.
There you go. Perfect. Let's get him in. I will say, in terms of performance, it's slow. Like there's no two ways about it. I have a much better PC I could have recorded on that would have gone like a lot faster, but I decided to not upgrade like my recording setup because there's no point to me doing that because I feel like then it's misrepresenting. It is slow. I'm not like performance is going to be something they're going to have to solve. It's not like super slow. I would say it's like speed 5 is like speed 3 in EU4. Would you agree with that?
I would say
Speed 3?
not speed 3. Maybe in between speed 3 and speed 4.
3.3 to 3.5, I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, like 3.5. Speed 5 is speed 3.5 in EU5, but that's because performance chat right now hasn't been worked on almost at all. Even when it's fully optimized, obviously since it's a newer game, I am expecting it to be slower than EU4, but not 3.5. I would expect it to be like, obviously speed 5 is PC different, but you know, like speed 4.5 maxed out, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm talking brand new PC, like 5080 in that bitch, you know?
Someone said, how is it in multiplayer? We actually didn't have any...
No problems.
Any like problems with desyncs or anything like that?
We have more issues in Speed 4 and CK3, and I was actually very surprised at that we didn't have no issues in multiplayer.
But yeah, it took a while to boot up everything. Again, I think it's just an optimization thing. So in terms of all the problems we've highlighted, guys, I am optimistic. I'm not going to sit there and be like, this is going to be the greatest game of all time. What I will say is that if they manage to fix everything that I would like fixed, for me personally, basically if they fix every bug in the game and they make it so the early game is a bit quicker and the speed is decently fast, I think we're onto a winner here. I think if it released in its current state, it would be bad. With the context that it's work in progress,
I actually don't agree with that. I don't think it would be bad.
I would say it had a lot of backlash. I'd have fun doing it for sure.
Yeah,
but I would say it's not a good idea to release now.
Yeah, for sure. I think in terms of launches, it would be in between, I'm talking latest launches, of course, ignoring Imperator, in between Vic 3 and CK3. I don't think it will be as good as CK3. I think it'll be way better than Victoria 3.
Oh, yeah,
now, you
no,
mentioned bugs.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I haven't really encountered bugs, man.
I'm looking at one
the only
right
bug
now.
I encountered was the me and you not being able to recruit levies when we fought the HRE guys, and we didn't even know if that is a bug or if we did something wrong. So for me personally, chat, I know there are a lot of bugs. I didn't really experience any of them. I'm going to have to disagree with
for myself. I'm looking right now, morale, I have morale plus 1,000,000% here. It doesn't actually mean anything, it's just it's a UI bug. I would say
I've never even seen that.
The big problem that I have is that you won't be sure what is a bug and what is something you're not doing wrong in its current state. That's what.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Because there's a lot of little ones. Again, I take the analogy of cleaning my room, right, or cleaning the room that I've just smashed up. It's the little hoovering. It's the little like if I get like at a glance, it's gonna look fine, but if I look down on my hands and knees, I'm gonna see crumbs in the carpet. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. The one thing I will say, the best thing is that no one can ever accuse this game of being EU4 but worse. Oh, EU4 had so much more flavor at launch. This is a completely different game. I personally think they should have gone for Europa Universalis. Drop the 5. It's completely different.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a different system.
Honestly, maybe, yeah. It's Something I didn't get to mention in my video that I really wanted to mention, but I had no time, is like when you see EU3, obviously we're talking about ancient games here at this point. When you see EU3 and then you see EU4, you're like, this is obviously the new and better and improved version of this. When you see EU4 and you see EU5, there's no thing like that. I mentioned this to my chat earlier. I don't know if we were in chat together. If there are any Grand Theft Auto enjoyers in the chat, the jump from EU3 to EU4 is like Vice City to San Andreas, or GTA 4 to GTA 5. The jump from EU4 to EU5 is like San Andreas to GTA 4. Yeah. We're leaving the 3D universe and we've entered the HD universe. Nothing is the same. Sure, it's the same in spirit, but it's just, it doesn't compare, bro. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Absolutely. It is a completely different game. It's just a case of they just got to get the QA done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gotta get the QA done. I think I'm confident. Speaking to the team, I'm confident. They've been working on this, guys. They have been working on this for years. This isn't we've done it the last 2 years. They've been working on this for a long ass time, So yeah, I feel like I'm in safe hands with them. I feel like I can get excited about EU5 and go, this is really good, and I'm excited to see where it goes. If they don't, okay, checklist. Bugs need to be fixed, performance needs to be fixed, flavor needs to be added. You mess up those 3, you have a game that will die on its, like, just being a spine. You add those 3,
and you have the greatest grand strategy game of all time.
Yeah. Oh, and the tutorial.
No joke.
They need a good. If they have the tutorial.
They do.
Then I think you have the greatest grand strategy game of all time. I think.
Here's an even better offer.
Exaggeration.
They pay us to make the tutorial videos.
But I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about the videos. And firstly, I agree.
I know. I'm just joking.
But like,
not everyone watches videos.
I'm concerned if someone loads up the game and they go, "What do I do?" and they just kind of click around for 10 minutes and they go, "I don't have any idea what's going on."
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like they gotta have a solid tutorial, a solid way to go from, "Hey, you're a new player. Here's how you do it. This is money. This is population. These are these different things." If they can do that, new players will love this game. Even though everyone's going super complicated, they will. But new players will love it because there's no mystical manner. It's this is your population, this is your money.
Nothing is mystical. Everything is real. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and one thing,
simple as that.
I really want to say here is that I've been really excited about the launch for is that casual players and chat. Don't get me wrong when I say this, since we are probably the most respected content creators in this sphere, me and Laith, but me and him, we have a similar playstyle, and I would call that the casual playstyle. Yeah. Like, if we weren't making videos, me and Laith, we would be considered casuals in these games, even if we have thousands of hours, just because of our playstyle, right? And something I'm really excited about that EU4 now officially got announced, that more eyes will be on the developer diaries, is that how do I frame this? Fuck, English isn't my first language, chat. You know, in Kiribati we speak the language that we speak. Yeah. Is that the feedback won't only be from ultra hyper nerd min-maxing fans.
Yes.
Because up until now, the only feedback that Tinto has gotten is from ultra hyper nerd min-maxing fans on the forums and from content creators. And a lot of the content creators are also ultra min-maxing hyper nerds, right? Now, that the regular grand strategy player has, you know, and the regular guy is like, hey, I'm going to sit down tonight, I'm going to boot up a game as the Ottomans, and I'm going to conquer the Balkans and Anatolia. I'm going to chat with my boys in Discord. Yo, Ottomans are super fun. It's awesome. I'm having fun. Tomorrow, he's going to play France, after that Bohemia, right? I'm excited to see the feedback from that sort of group of fans where they need to tell the devs and the ultra min-maxer fans, like, yo, slow down. This is too much sauce.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need all these extremely hyper complicated scenarios. you know, maybe we just focus on fun. And something we, me and you actually haven't touched here on stream is the content creation aspect, which I think me and you and a lot of other content creators have pretty strong opinions about. And that is, once again, going back to the slowness of the game at the start. And chat, here we're going to speak specifically about creating videos. This may not relate that much.
Yeah, this is going to be irrelevant to everyone, but us too.
So, yeah, pretty much
a bit of flavor.
The concerns I've had at the start, and this was since the first dev diary dropped, chat, since we found out the start date is going to be 1336. And of course, we didn't even touch about the start date. I'm just going to say it right now. After a year of dev diaries and after even playing the game for a couple of weeks right here, still not sold on the 1336 start date. And I'll tell you why. A reason we play the Europa Universalis franchise is it starts in the age of discovery, the age of Renaissance. The world is changing. The dominant things in the EU IP are Byzantium falls. Ottomans take control of the trade routes to India, to the East Indies. Western European nations become poor because of that. That triggers exploration, the exploration of the New World. The religious conflicts right here. The Reformation arises after that. The 30 Years' War, the rise of nation states, absolutism. Even if you don't play that far in EU4, even if you don't get to the Age of Revolutions, which according to me is super fun and you guys really should try playing Laith game, those things that are the main core of the EU franchise, for content creators specifically, I'm not talking about regular players right here, we're not really going to be seeing them.
Yes.
First reason is EU5, no matter how much they optimize performance, the playing and the play style is going to be slower than EU4.
It's one of the big reasons why I'm getting like a massive, like, anyway, you carry on. I'll give my take at the end.
Yeah, pretty much anxiety.
Yes.
You know, going back, content creators, me and Laith right here, right? We can sit down, and not just us, other content creators too. We can sit down and we can film a half-decent EU4 video that's going to be, you know, perform well in about 3 or 4 hours.
Yes.
And 4 is pushing it. Sometimes even 2 hours, you know? 3 hours, let's call it. To put out that same type of video for
to be clear,
EU5,
that's just recording time. That's not like editing.
Yeah, that's just recording. That's just recording. That's not even uploading, thumbnail, optimizing ads, you know, adding CEO and whatnot, and scheduling it. It takes about, let's call it 3.5 hours to record. To do that same length, and let's say we play for 80 years in that video or something like that, 70, 80 years, to play that same amount of time in EU5 is going to take us 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, at least.
And especially with a upload schedule that me and Laith have, which is like every day, every other day, every 2 or 3 days, it's tough. So because we're going to want to put out videos so often, and because we're going to want to show off so many nations,
I want to show off this.
Thing.
Some people are saying, like, people are complaining, or 2 people are complaining that we're complaining about this. We literally said this is just from our perspective.
Yeah, this is just from our perspective.
This is nothing to do with you or gameplay. We're just giving a content creation point of view. We're discussing it.
Exactly. So, us doing those videos, automation can't solve that. By the way, I'm seeing a guy in Laith's chat. Also in my chat, same question. To put out those same types of videos, what are we realistically gonna make it to? 1400, 1410,
1400.
Right? 1400. Keep in mind, in 90% of EU5 videos you guys watch on YouTube, whenever the game releases, you are not going to see colonization.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see the Protestant Reformation. You're not going to see Ming rise up in China and defeat Yuan. You're not going to see the hordes collapse and smaller hordes pop up in their place. You're not going to see England form Great Britain. You're not going to see France consolidate France.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Poland form the Commonwealth. You're not going to see the Ottomans conquer the Balkans and Anatolia and subjugate the Mamluks. All of these things, which have come to be the most important aspects of the EU franchise, you are not going to see in your typical
We're seeing a shifting
EU5
identity
video.
when it comes to Europa Universalis, which could be a good thing, could
Yeah.
be a bad thing. In terms of consecration, this is one of the big reasons why I am getting a beefy PC in anticipation of this, like as beefy as I can literally afford, because it's
Exactly.
We're gonna need to be able to get up to decent speed. So if they optimize it properly, we've got a shot. But I think it's gonna be a different. It's gonna have a different feel to it. But that's just a content creator's point of view. This is something Hawk and I've been discussing a lot behind the scenes.
Yo, ban that bitch from your chat right now.
I got him. They're gone.
You know what I'm talking about. Get that motherfucker out of here.
They're gone, bro. They're gone. So yeah, that's it's a little bit.
Here, bro.
But yeah. Otherwise, like we're in yeah. Says who the guy who plays 50 year. I wouldn't see what I say. 50. The guys who play 50-year campaigns to upload instead of following through. Well, just play it yourself. Why are you here?
Yo, hey, listen, you here, you little pussy ass bitch. Make a YouTube channel, bro.
Make a YouTube channel.
Try and get more subs than Laith and me. Try and make better videos than us, bro. Fucking little boy, get the fuck out of here.
He sees upset. I'm upset Hawk now. Oh man. But yeah, that's kind of.
I'm just playing chat.
Yeah. It's one of the things we would look at. Otherwise, how finicky it is, again, in terms of consecration and in terms of gameplay. You see here, the current trades stuff I'm looking at. So if I want to make the max amount of money, what I do is every month I get rid of these, and it takes, this isn't a monthly tick thing, this is a daily tick thing. So I need to do it at the end of the month. I get rid of these trades and I make new ones over and over again, and you make like, we were making 200 to 300 ducats a month, right?
4 or 5 years into the game, chat.
Just by clicking this and clicking this and clicking this and clicking this. That's not a good gameplay loop. That's as simple as that. So like you're gonna have to, if you want to play optimally, it's gonna take you a long ass time.
Yeah, it's slow. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
So that's why automation is good, but still, in the first 10-15 years, you don't really want to automate. You want to set everything up so then the game can automate well for you.
I think so. I mean, shit, dude. I think we talked about everything we can really talk about.
Pretty much, man.
Anyone have any other final questions, chaps? Worst night you played so far? I wouldn't say worst, but I played you one and then just like shat myself and left.
Got scared, yeah. I didn't dare to play any.
They have so much going on. It's ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. When do you think it would be coming out? I got no idea. I hope it comes out when it's fixed in terms of the
I mentioned in my stream, absolutely earliest we could see it is in the fall, September, October, November. Although I think that would be rushed. Realistically, with all the things that we just said being mended,
to be clear, this is speculation. We have no intel.
Yeah, this is speculation. We don't know. With all the things we just mentioned being mended, ideally, it would be this time next year, according to me personally.
I would ideally, if everything got fixed, I'd want to see it in November because then we get the December revenue.
That's true. That's true. Big time.
And
we could host an EU5 show on Parabellum this year.
So good. Out of 10, what would you give the game so far in its current state?
Current state, man? Shit. The thing is, I know I'm gonna love it. I already know. And this is something I realized today, chat, just going off on a slight tangent here. For me, creating content about the game is as is, if not more fun than just playing it solo. Like, I recorded the video you saw today, and I think Laith might have as well. And it's just, it's different, man. So if
recording is so much fun. Recording is way more fun than playing it for me personally. Just because I'm like, yo, look at this. Oh my god, this is gone. Because you feel
you get to share everything.
Here you go. And here I can explain why as well. The game lends itself well to a feeling of immersion, and so when we are making content, it feels more immersive than EU4. So we can feel like we are giving you a story and a stage instead of just explaining what's going on mechanically. We're like, oh look, we've been doing this. Our money's doing this. It's like it's cool. So there's that. So give me a number.
Going back to ratings, if they fix everything, and if everything goes well, this can be a 10 out of 10. This can be
genuinely
the grand strategy game, Paradox's and Johann's magnum opus. Currently, in its state, comparing it just to other Paradox titles, I would give this game probably a 7
Yeah, I'd give that.
out of 10. I do not think right now that it's better than EU4 or HoI4 or Stellaris.
And I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing though that's gonna make you change your mind. Would you rather play from now EU4 or EU5?
Shit, baby, when you put it like that.
You see what I mean? That's what I mean. I think it is better than EU4.
You're right about that.
I would prefer to play it. Now there is going to be a degree of novelty to it, obviously, guys.
Yeah.
At current, I would still rather play. So when I say it's got all these problems, even with all the problems, I think I would rather play EU4 than EU5, and that for me is the best possible sign. That for me is the exciting thing. I think that. Do I think realistically they're going to get everything right? I think it's within their reach to. The tutorial is going to might be the tricky part. Otherwise, I'm confident that the team can do it. If they do, we have the greatest grand strategy game of all time.
Yeah.
I'll put it right now.
Easy
sure.
Greatest grand strategy game of all time. Far surpassing, which right now I think EU4 is the greatest grand strategy game of all time, just because it's the grandest out of all.
I would say, especially with poor releases like Humankind and like Civilization 7.
But those are just like published and stuff. Okay, well, Civ 7. Come on, bro. We're smoking on that Civ pack tonight, man. You already know, bro. Come on, don't compare to like those.
That's what. But what I'm trying to say is, as the industry or the niche right now is set up for a lot of scrutiny, it feels like it's going to be difficult to get headway in there. I'm confident this game will be able to, despite that.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to spam. I think you should do the same to your chat, but I'm going to spam my link now, chaps. Go watch the video.
You're right.
Go watch my video, please, if you don't mind, because the more views Hawk and I get, the more Paradox goes, those are the guys we want representing the game. So I appreciate it. Leave a comment, when I finish the stream, please like the stream. Please leave a comment on the stream. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Yeah, fantastic. Please go click it now. Click it now. I appreciate it. Go watch it, leave on repeat, leave a comment, like all the comments, share it with your friends, put it in your Discord if you don't mind. Please, now, this first video is so crucial for us. If you don't mind helping us out by sharing it in other Discords that you're a part of, in terms of like your friends, don't brigade, obviously. But like, if you don't mind, chaps, it would mean the world to us. Tweet it, everything else, because from now is the crucial time. We're gonna see who gets access, who doesn't. And that's like contingent on you guys. So thank you all so much. I'm gonna deafen myself, Hawk, so I can say goodbye properly, but it's been a pleasure. I'm sure we'll chat in a sec. See you soon, Hawk. Chat. Bye. Chaps, that is EU5. It's been such a pleasure to be part of the announcement video. Like it is genuinely a dream come true. I'm so grateful to all of you at home for giving me this opportunity. Again, I was trying not to tear up during it. It was so fantastic to see everyone's reaction to it and to see everything. I'm gonna be streaming more from now on. If you have become alive, make sure to join the Discord. I'll have a video coming out on the 10th explaining more about my thoughts on EU5. So go check that out. And again, chaps, it's nothing but love from me and gratitude for all of you. If you've been here for a little while, I would say this sounds cliche, but this is our victory. You know what I mean? Like we did this. We made something here, chaps. I couldn't have done it without you. Absolute pleasure. Please do all the things I said about sharing the video, liking it, that sort of stuff. I hate to beg, but I want to prove to Paradox that it wasn't a mistake to put me in the trailer. So that's something that you could do for me. And yeah, I'd appreciate it a lot. Thank you all so much for everything. I'm gonna go like decompress now, and I might go tear up. Have a little cry. All right.